Every gardener has a story of where it all began. Today, you're going to hear one that's close to my heart. Of course, my husband is here with us for this show, Mushroom Mark himself. There's a link in the description for his channel because, yes, he has content too. He's joining me to share his gardening journey. We are not talking about vans. So, from his first memories in the garden to his favorite crops and even the jobs he loves and maybe avoids, you'll get to see what makes gardening so meaningful for him. Now, stick around because you might be surprised by his answers, and it might just remind you of your own beginning in the garden. So, we're also going to take a look at what I received in the mail today. I'm going to ask the chat to give me a sound check. We are not using a headset, we are using the mic on the laptop. I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat so Mark can kind of adjust to doing this right now before I start drilling him with questions. And if anything sounds weird during our interview, please let me know in the chat and I can try to make adjustments as we go. Team Replay, I'm seeing you right here with us. How did your gardening journey begin? What was the very first thing you ever grew? And also feel free to ask gardening questions for Mushroom Mark. And if he's interested in a non-gardening question session, if we have time, depending on how he feels, we're going to talk about what he's been doing today. You can leave them in the replay in the comment section, and maybe we'll do a part 2. So here live with us during our show, we have Beans Boy. Good to see you. You're a new subscriber. I met you today. Texas Organic TV says, y'all from Austin. The mic can hear everyone. Would you like to speak louder?
I said it's so different when you sit back here with what you do.
During the show? Because
Yeah.
you're used to watching it on your phone?
Yeah.
Jay Dixon is with us. Thank you for being here because I know you don't feel too great. Robin Gardens, hello from Chicagoland. Rainy here, so spent the day shopping. Hit the Halloween section at Dollar Tree. Oh, my kids would love to do that. Texas Organic TV is going to watch on the TV. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you are a watch the streams on the TV person, because that's interesting information. Bowtie Life made it. Hey, all, the Great Fall Garden Festival is over. So we're going to start seeing you around now, Bowtie. Bowtie says, and of course, formal greetings to the royalty of the evening, Shawnee Grows and Mushroom Mark. Yes, Bowtie, we'll have to hear Robin's asking how his petals from the past. I'm sure we'll hear about it somewhere. Gandalf, I'm so glad to see you. Looking to see what else we have in the live chat before we move on to the questions. KP Heathen, welcome to the show. Sound is great. Appreciate that. You sound good. Okay. Eddie made it. Eddie Lyles, hi y'all from Alabama. Good to see you over here. Adam is like, hubby is finally on. Hello, Shawnee and Mark. It's him. He's real. He's here. Oh, Radio Jonesy. Good day, Mystery Man. He's here.
Congratulations, Jonesy.
Jonesy is the winner of the great race. I am still trying to get my 1K subs and 4,000 watch hours. And he has checked the box and is successful over there. So big round of applause for him. He's been having a party over on his channel. KP Heathen comes in with it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder. Brook Trout 1, you made it. Hello from beautiful Venice, Florida. Okay, so Jay says, Shawnee Grows, funny. I was just trying to imagine what Mark looked like today. Well, when I met him, he had more hair. So we're going to get into what he's been...
Told you?
No, you cut all your hair off all the time now because it's too hot in Minnesota. All of a sudden, we have heat waves.
Fair.
So before I start talking about his gardening journey questions, we're going to recap where he's been today. For those of you following along, he normally has a daily driver called a Blazer, and he's been having to drive his classic van, which makes him very sad. So the pieces of the Blazer is what he was working on. So he's going to talk about that.
Oh, I had to do the spider injection, and it still doesn't work right. So there's that.
Remember, Jay, what I emailed you earlier? All right, moving right along. Gardening journey. Mark, when did your gardening journey begin? We could talk about what first got you interested. I'm sure maybe you have some kind of first garden memory to share.
I mean, I've gardened the whole time that I grew up, I guess. I lived at my grandma's for a little bit.
There is a camera.
Sorry.
We're practicing video etiquette here. Yes.
And
first live streamer right here.
Yep. Cool, guys.
You gardened with a grandmother.
I gardened with my grandmother. I gardened with a few of my grandmothers, both of them.
I got it.
So my one grandmother did a lot of flowers next to her garage, and then my other one had. That was funny.
It was in the
seen
ground.
You catch the fly.
I have both monitors playing, so I can keep track of the YouTube side, and he's distracted by the delay of the video.
Easily distracted.
So we're growing outdoors in their own yards.
Yep.
Flowers.
And then my other grandmother on my mother's side, she did vegetables, and like there was this tree in the backyard. I'm guessing it was some kind of a cherry tree. If my mom's in the stream, because I told her that I was going live.
You did.
You can comment on what kind of cherry it was, but it was only for jams. I couldn't eat them right off the tree, so I don't remember exactly. Probably.
Yeah.
They'd make you sick if you ate them right off the tree.
Right.
They're really dark.
Yes, Dave, I did round up Mark. You can keep going.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is different.
Do you want me to not talk to the live chat while you're telling me the answer?
No, because you talk to the live chat while I'm talking to you anyway.
I can do.
We can do both.
Okay.
It's just
we're still here. This is what we're talking about.
What
were you doing with the grandmothers in the gardens?
So my one grandmother, we would just pick the flowers and she would take them. She was a member of, I think it was called the Sons of Norway. I think. But it was a Norwegian group where they would continue to, live the Norwegian ways. So she made lefse. She made a lot of krumkake during the holidays. Was really big into the Norwegian folk art and rosemalling. So I've been trying to practice that a little bit. I'm not very good at it.
We have an example, is a very bad example would be this tattoo. He actually took a stencil drawing that his grandmother did and had it tattooed. Careful.
Yeah, it's not very.
And then
I'm not flexible anymore. Sorry, guys.
Don't flash everybody. Jeez. And then this is. Want to tell everybody what this is?
Okay, so I did this with my grandmother. Probably one of my first times.
How old were you?
I want to say I was like 7 or 8.
It doesn't say.
No, I broke the bottom of it off.
Oh, okay.
There used to be a pedestal.
Nothing on the back.
No, it was on the bottom of the pedestal. There used to be a pedestal that it stood on. Yeah. Fun project. And if you want to show it, because I got inspired by this one, which my mom bought me. It was a Hobby Lobby or something special.
So did this already have?
It was already like all the gold in here was already pre-done.
Okay.
And I just kind of traced it.
It was like a fill in
the moth. The moth right here actually glows in the dark. The kids love that.
And then we have a painting. We have a painting in progress. Talking away from the mic. How does it go? Do I have it wrong? I think he's painting over it, he said. Because he hasn't done rosemalling in 20 years.
Yeah, something like that. But I tried. And it doesn't look the greatest.
We're all our worst critics with the art situation. Okay, we did that one. Bowtie is talking about his trip. I met so many people destined. Oh, you did? Okay. Tony, Londa, Tom from Adventures with Me and T, Greg, Sheila over at Haas. I was just really curious. I wanted to read this for my own interest. Not that it has to do with the show, but it's kind of.
I was going to say we got off subject, but I remember the subject now. So my grandmother on my mother's side grew like carrots and tomatoes and celery and all this stuff to can. She had cans.
She pressure canned or water bath? Probably pressure canned if she's doing carrots.
I don't know. I remember she did that like big. You have that.
I water bath.
It's like speckled. It's like a Marlboro set.
Stock pot.
Yeah, I think yours is black, mine's blue, but mom's mom had one of those.
Jay, innocent look, hair loss caused by marriage. Data complied.
No, that came before Shawnee.
Adam goes, oh yeah, Mark working on the transmission on the kitchen table. We're soulmates, Mark. Yeah, when he was doing the Van Tranny fluid all over my kitchen. Yes. Jay is putting out a reminder that questions are welcome. Not necessarily all questions will be featured in the live show or answered in the chat. We encourage confident folks to help each other with gardening answers. Thanks. Bowtie does have a question. How did you two meet? We might answer that. We'll think about it. Oh, thank you, Jay. Shawnee's a multitasker extraordinaire. Here is Sons of Norway. If Jay put a link to...
Oh, thank you, Jay.
Explain that. Eddie says, love the birdhouse. I build them to look like log cabins. I have 11 in my backyard. Oh, that is amazing. We want to do birdhouse building with the kids in the winter. And I
have a lot of ideas because my mom was a crafter. And so she made one time that had she used a spark plug for the bird to sit on. And then inside she did she made a box and it said motor or whatever. She put some old motor parts from model cars in there. She put some, naughty pictures in there too because it was from my uncle, but it was still really, really cool. It was like a real garage.
Thank you for sharing that story. Jay Dixon says, artistic expression is important. Do not criticize the result. Canning Kettle and Texas Organic TV says, I love the paintings. Jay says, Mushroom Market is what I do. Links on the topics in the live. I wasn't sure if you were going to take a back seat and chill or what, Jay. Appreciation. What do you appreciate, Mark, about the garden? Peace, food, the process, something else? Has gardening changed how you see food or nature?
The harvest is crucial to me. And yeah, being in the situation we are, it definitely makes a difference on how I view it. It's the meal or not the meal.
The situation without getting in trouble. Are you referring to we rent a house, the world, our town?
We rent a house and I don't make that much
Our
money.
budget is, we always say, just one income. I do have a job, but it's...
I have a job, but I'm not a millionaire.
Your job is the one that pays the bills. Are you ready to move on to the next question?
Sure.
Do you need a drink of water?
No.
Okay.
Tea.
Okay. What kind of tea are we having? Is this it?
Yeah.
Or is this the water?
That's the tea.
Okay. Let me guess. Something berry.
It's cherry.
Oh, we have a cherry tea tonight. I just have water because I didn't have time for tea. Nor did I really want any. If I wanted tea, I would have got tea, right? Here. You want to put it in the kitchen for...
I'm going to put it on the burner.
Okay.
Keep it warm.
I'm going to read another question for Mark to answer, and then I'll come back to the chat. Favorite crops. What's your favorite crop to grow? And then what's your favorite one to eat fresh from the garden? Because there could be two different answers.
Ooh, I'm going to answer 3 of them because it's one to watch too. So my favorite one to eat would probably be the peas. I love the peas.
Which kind? Sugar, snap,
I don't know, the
shelling.
ones that you grew out here in the backyard.
Shelling would be where you shuck them out of the pod.
Yeah, I like those ones.
Okay.
Okay, yep. And then strawberries. I really like the strawberries because they just last all the time. Like you planted them once and then they overtook.
The perennial running strawberry. Yep.
And they just taste so good. And then my favorite one to watch would be the glads.
The gladiolas.
They're just so pretty all the time.
That's on our fall job list coming up on a future live stream of what are we doing in the fall? Well, we have to dig all those up because otherwise they'll turn to mush. So thank you for sharing that. Let's go over to the live chat. Radio Jonesy says, I enjoyed that video of your van, Mark. I have things I could say about it. Like, I could make a better video for his channel. Not to be mean about it or anything.
I'm going to post a video of what happened the other day.
I still am going to say that there is a link in the description to the other person's channel that interviewed Mushroom Mark and did a tour of his van. So if you want to see Mark trying to talk about his van in the video, that's where that is. So you were saying you're making a video for your channel coming up?
Yeah, because I made a boo-boo while I was working on my Blazer, and I crashed into a tree. I didn't necessarily crash into it. I rolled into it, but either way, I messed up my van pretty bad, and I think I'm going to make a video of what I did to the van and how I fix the van, because I'm going to try to fix the van before I take it to a shop.
So his Blazer is needing the spider sensor for regulating the fuel replaced, and it's at somebody else's property. And so he was there getting set up to do this weekend with his van, which also hit a bird this week. Turkey vulture?
Yes.
Turkey vulture and spider windowed, broken windshield, but it's drivable, right? So we had scheduled to have the windshield replaced today. I'll get to that part. And then he was over at this other property in the rain, possibly driving the van where he shouldn't, and was trying to go up, and it's a 3 on the floor, and kind of slid into the back end slid into a tree. The taillight's fine. The window glass is fine. He thinks he can pop out the dent. The door still opens?
Yeah, all doors still open.
I don't know what to say about it. We had the guy come to do the windshield, and he's like, oh, I can't do this. It's too old. So to be continued, scheduled with a shop to have the windshield fixed.
Have to wait till Monday.
To be continued on when the Blazer's going to be running on the road again. And make sure you're subscribed.
Might be an update tomorrow.
To find out. So Brooke Trout says there's a road on the opposite side of the lake at my camp. Hundreds of birdhouses. Hundreds of birdhouses? They line the road. Pretty cool. What? That'd take some time to do. We might have a computer virus over with Jay. Jay Dixon says Shawnee flirts with the guests, does not offer teas to other guests. You bought trees today, Bowtie? No way. What are the names of the peach trees? Varieties. Thank you, Jay, for the reminder. Shawnee is on a journey to get more subscribers for this channel. Any help is appreciated. Texas Organic TV. I love moonflowers. Moonflowers are very interesting, aren't they? Bowtie says, Mushroom Mark, every video is beautiful. It will make you a better creator in the future. Every step is important. Yes. Yes, yes. Jay says, Mushroom,
famous like Shawnee.
Mushroom Mark, almost all video creators cringe at the early work. Janet Potter, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first ever Mushroom Mark interview. The saga continues. Bowtie. You slid your old Durango into a massive oak trying to drive around a downed tree in a rainstorm through the woods, going off the two-rut hunting road into the mountainous woods. Hardcore! There's so many car adventures that can be its own channel in itself if we really wanted to go there.
Give me ideas.
Safely discussing things, right?
I don't need to get monetized.
I do want to say that we have to ask for your help. I am so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. Let's see. 865 is what it says right now for subscribers here on Shawnee Grows, and it's a huge milestone for the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I see you there. Please hit that button, and if you already are, thank you, of course.
Hey, Shawnee, I did math right now. That's 40 more.
One of the best ways, I don't have 5 people. One of the best ways you can support is by sharing the channel with a friend, a neighbor, or another gardener. And he is trying to stress me out. She high-fives
the kids.
He stressed me out in front of people, and it's not going to work. Okay, so.
Jonesy said that'd be way better content. To see the real Shawnee.
Well, you're going to see what I allow you to see. We did favorite crops? Yeah, we did that. Garden jobs. So. What's your favorite job in the garden? And then what's one that you...
harvesting is my favorite. Anytime Shawnee makes me dig is my least favorite. or pound posts.
So this year has been really different, though. We've been gardening together for 7 years, and you haven't done anything this year.
I didn't have to.
Have you?
I had to dig all the stuff up.
What stuff?
All your T-posts. That was still a lot of work.
Your
tried. Dad should have just came back with a tractor and just pulled them out.
I did most of it, and then a shovel broke. We had to tear down our gardens here at the rental home. We had like three in the back, 14. And then 2. You can't whisper. You
okay, three of 14.
We had.
She did 3 of 14.
Things were sort of fenced, kind of just to have pets and kids out of it. Rabbits could still get through, but it was, teaching young children that boundary line. And then now we garden away from home. And to set that garden up, I've had the property owner help me. You haven't really done anything out there, which is fine.
The first year I dug all the trenches for the potatoes. We
did plant potatoes. I'm not going to plant them in that spot because when I planted them this year, they did so much better.
Yeah, I thought the potatoes were better this year too.
So we know now where to put them and where not to put them.
Trial and error, right?
Do you think that you'll have a square or whatever shape garden yourself someday that isn't over micromanaged by me? I'll try.
No, I've always wanted to do like a U or a
keyhole.
Not necessarily a keyhole, but like a U or a C.
Okay. Raised?
Probably raised, yeah.
Made out of stone, wood, metal.
I
crystals.
See it.
No, I'm just kidding.
I see it in stone.
Okay.
Doing like them really cool like cave rocks would be cool.
Cave rocks?
I don't know, the ones like around the kitchen.
Oh, those are crystals.
Okay.
You're gonna build a garden bed out of crystals?
I mean, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. What are you gonna grow in it?
Salmon.
I knew that. I was waiting for you to slip up. Let's see who catches that in the chat. Okay, so Radio Jonesy says, and just check to make sure your channel is still connected because we've had people reporting that they've been unsubbed. We know how that works. Adam goes, does Mark have a channel? Is JBot broken? Yeah, it's in the description. You know where the description is, Adam. What does this say? Jay says, innocent. Look, every person who subscribes with 5 channels gets Mushroom Mark's hat.
I'm glad you guys like my hat. My mommy made it for me. My raspberry beret.
Texas Organic TV says, I want to know more about the mushrooms. Do you want to describe maybe where, I don't know where you want to start with the mushroom story that's appropriate for YouTube? Your shirt? I don't know. What do you want to do? Your signature? Do we have something here with your...
This is my signature.
Signature on it? Back in the day, it wasn't that fancy, though. Okay, tell them what mushroom means to you.
Mushroom Mark's my nickname, and we're just going to stick with that because I don't know where else to put
explain the M and the S. Can everyone see it? This is lean in.
There's no MS on this, I guess.
That's why I'm asking, where's your signature? We don't have one here. So his initials are MS, and he's always stamped things. His discs for disc golf. I'm sure things in high school like notebooks, backpacks. Go ahead. Do you want me to hold it up?
Yeah.
And then describe what we're seeing here.
All right. So it's the mushroom stamp with some old school pinstripe kind of swishes, and then my initials, MWS.
Yep. Was it the spray can I'm thinking of? That was M&S. Yeah. He used to sign with the actual letters in it because he's a little bit of artistic, you know. Like if I say draw this for the kids to color, he could usually whip it up. No,
that's
I don't.
A spray can.
No, it was like. Give me a minute here. You like signed it with M&S in the bottle.
That one?
Yeah. MS, but it looks like a spray can.
Yeah, you got the right one.
Yep. Anyways, see?
Any people that find this graffiti later on in life, please do not report it. I was young and dumb.
What is Bowtie asking? What interest would a life be without being able to tell that as a 5-year-old you split your knee open riding a bike down a steep hill next to your house? Then, the day I got the stitches out, I jumped on my bike, turned a corner, slipped on the gravel, and split my head open. Back to same hospital, to the same staff that took out the stitches not an hour earlier. They remembered you, I'm sure. Thank you, Jay, for sharing. Does anyone have questions for Mushroom Mark about, like, he used to ride bike? Going through the chat. Oh, it's been a long day, says Adam. You need to go to bed. We have another question here about sort of a make you think one. So if you could grow only 3 crops forever, what would you pick? And chat, I want you to drop your answers too in the chat, or you in the replay, put it in the comments. Leave me more than one comment. It doesn't bother me. I'll read them all. And then I feel like we talked about jobs already, so you can skip that part. So 3 crops.
So Shawnee hit me with this question the other day. It really made me think about it because I couldn't use salmon as an answer.
Right.
So it would be potatoes, onions, and then I was really stuck on the last one. And I think I'm going to go with garlic because I like flavor in my food, and you could use that food with so much if you take the time to go and trap or hunt. So you have a meat. But you could also, scavenge for mushrooms, which are meaty too.
The point about your choices that are interesting is they grow here. We can grow potatoes, onions, and garlic just fine. There's farms that do it. They have a shelf storage ability without doing anything to them. There's the curing of it, but you can take it out of the ground and put it on your shelf and let it sit there for months, and you don't have to do anything to it. There's no power needed. There's no process. You brought up that it's flavor, aromatics. You didn't say anything about, that people have survived off of it or it was nutrition. It's just stuff how to build meals around. And
well, I was a bachelor before I met you. Definitely, I know how to make meals around that.
Around potatoes, onions, and garlic.
And you can use onions on your feet for foot fungus. Too.
You did share about your grandmother's gardening. Did you at all talk about being at home as a child with a garden?
I didn't, but I can.
Would you like to?
So my mom has moved her garden probably every 5 years. I don't know if she's found the perfect spot yet or not. She's doing raised beds this year.
Dave Knight says salmon. Did you see that? Yeah, raised beds. Let's see. Is it a board?
Yeah, they're 16-inch tall, something like that.
So this is David Bailey. This is Bowtie. He's going, how did you two meet again? We'll get to it.
We will.
Oh.
It's not that great of a story.
Brooke Trout has a good question about disc golf. We'll get to that next.
Oh, all right. So I'm supposed to talk about my mom's garden. So my mom's garden for a really long time. Like when we first moved into the house that she lives in now, she's lived in it for 30 years. It's bought and paid for. It's upgraded. It's pretty cool. But she had
focus on the gardens.
She had wild rhubarb growing out there, and then she was like, well, I'm going to throw these strawberries out there. So we threw some strawberries out there, and they grew well. And then she started trying to do things. I remember eating spinach out of the garden. I remember my brother stealing the spinach out of the garden. He used to go there with a ranch bottle when he was a wee little lad, and he sat in the garden, just ate the spinach right out of the ground, dirt and all.
Is there any
little ranch.
Is there any other crops you remember eating out of the garden as a child?
I remember eating carrots.
Okay.
I remember when our kids seen your carrots, and they were like, "Mom, this one's not orange."
Oh, did we grow rainbow that year?
Yeah, and I remember one time I had pulled a purple carrot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where I was, but I pulled a purple carrot, and they were like, "You can eat it." And I was like, "No way."
Is there anything that I've grown that's shocked you as far as food, not flowers?
I mean, your watermelons this year looking really good.
Those are not that impressive.
They look good. They have not tasted good, but they look
good.
They look good. I remember. So my mom grew watermelons right next to the house by the air conditioner where it used to be.
Yeah.
And that was after her wedding, and all of us kids ate watermelon. We spit the seeds out, and the next year they grew. My mom just kept them growing, and they were probably some of the best watermelons I ever had in Minnesota. Other than the local guy that we get from. Those ones are awesome.
I see 17 eyes watching us. Pairs of eyes, is that how you'd say that? Make sure you hit the thumbs up while you're here. And feel free to share the show and find other gardeners like you to come talk with us. Bowtie says, is no one going to be amazed at how fast he created those signatures? Thank you for acknowledging that. Robin also says, how did you two meet? Janet says that she dropped Shawnee Grows' name in the chat over at Tampa's Creek. Yeah, she goes live like every day. Thank you for doing that. Okay, Brook Trout 1 is talking about, have you had a hole-in-one disc golfing?
I'm on number 14. My last one was actually pretty exciting. Me and a couple of buddies went up. We played in a local town at a different course because there was a tournament going at the course we wanted to go to. And this town has 3 courses, so we hit up a different one. And we played 27 holes, and he was like, dude, tiebreaker, it's time to go home. And I was like, fine, closest to the pin on this hole. And I sunk it, and that was my last ace, and it felt great.
Was that on home course?
No.
You were away?
Yeah.
Don't say it. I was going to ask if you're playing for the dollar. I usually have money involved.
So I got the dollar for closest to the pin. I got $2 for the round, and I got $5 from everybody for making an ace. Because we have an ace pot going.
I feel like that's a new rule. When did you start an ace pot?
After I made the ace.
Janet comes in with her 3 potatoes, tomatoes, and peppers. So all warm, loving crops, kind of. I don't know if I can. Like, potatoes don't want to be frozen, so I'm going to say warm crops. Jay's answer is potatoes, kale, and beans. Look at the nutrition spread, or professional right here. Robin's 3 crops. Her Swiss chard, of course. Is it called Fort Hook or something? I don't remember what your Swiss chard is that you like. Garlic, just like you. Butternut squash, all good for storage, medicine, and calories. Oh, the garlic and onion for medicine.
No,
Mark.
and I was thinking about the beans too. Like, beans is really good too.
Yeah.
For a protein versus potato.
Well, you said forage, not forage. Well, you did say forage.
And I almost want to change.
Small game.
Hearing the medical thing, I almost want to change it to what does turmeric grow from? Is it turmeric?
Turmeric?
Yeah.
Is I think you call it a rhizome. Bowtie, I have some growing. You really appreciate having that in your life.
I do.
Yeah, he takes capsules of turmeric. We've showed it on one of those live streams. We talked about like the herbal, what did we call it? Medical plants that you need, top medical plants or something, herbal remedies. I showed what he takes.
That or whatever is in my stomach stuff too.
So the bitters or the capsule?
The capsule. There's a lot.
It's a lot. It's like mushroom root and licorice root. And look, I said it. I said it, everybody. Adam says, ooh, taters, onions, and garlic have been the best ever this year. Oh, yeah? My onions are massive, 2 to 4 pounders. Well, did you like give them sulfur and nitrogen in the beginning and then switch to something when it was after the solstice? Like, what's the secret over here, Adam? What'd you do differently? See, okay, brook trout, you talked about puff Cheetos the other day. Is it salmon in the garden? Is that how you guys say salmon plants? Bowtie's laughing. Let's see here. Go out with a ranch bottle. That's hardcore gardening. There's Howie. Howie has asked, when do we get to meet Mushroom Mark? Food Forest Permaculture, he's here. Botai says, I used to eat my mom's lima beans and cherry tomatoes sitting between the rows in her garden. Robin says to Brook Trout One, which seed purveyor do you get the puff Cheeto seeds come from? Let's see if he Publix. Okay, I'm guessing it doesn't mean salmon plants then. Texas Organic TV. My grandmother grew tomatoes. I was a small child and I thought it was magical, right? I just love knowing that the kids can go identify plants and they know what it is. And their favorite part is the harvest. Just like
they are pretty smart.
Brook Trout says, dang, pretty good. I had one the first time I ever went out. He had a hole-in-one on disc golf the first time he went out, he says. Do you believe that?
I mean, some people are way luckier than I am.
He's in Florida. Ford Hook. I was close. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. That's the name of the chart. That's what I bought when I do my seed reveal, Robin.
And when Dave was down in Florida, he said those courses were pretty easy. So I definitely believe it. Could have been like a putt.
Florida courses are easy, I hear. You hear that?
I'm sorry. It sounds like a putter course.
It is called a rhizome. Yeah, are they par threes? Not Bowtie. Brook Trout One. Everyone drink. Bowtie. There's Jay. Oh, Texas Organic TV. Garlic, Russian kale, Swiss chard, mustard, turnip greens. How's your back feeling? We have a couple more minutes, a couple more questions, or how you feeling about?
Yeah, I can do more questions.
Okay, here we
might
go.
need to switch out for my water though. My tea's
is
gone.
that this one? Oh, it's cold. Did you put ice in this thing?
Yeah.
Breathe.
All right, good.
Hello.
Yeah, I got the cool mugs in the house.
Hello, Mr. Mark. Pleasure to meet you. And you say, nice to meet you too. There you go. Okay. Oh, Rogue Biota. Dave, thanks for reminding me. Adam here. Oh, you have multiple channels, eh? Janet, I don't like cheese puffs in my fantasy world. I grow ice cream. There you go. Love it. Okay, Brooke, try finding a lost disc in tall grass next to water. A little scary. We're the land of 10,000 lakes. That's how you learn around here. That was my job. I was spotter and finder for 10 years.
How ironic that he said that because of just the course names.
Yeah. 2 drinks for special guests, says Jay. Yes, he has drink options. I even offered him a meal before we got started. He said no, he's not hungry. Bowtie says Florida courses are super easy. I drive by one near the house like 6 times a day. It never bothers me to drive by. Real easy. Oh, is there a skill involved other than safely driving? Well, no, Bowtie. My tall grass doesn't have gators in it. You got me there. It is a par 3. And it was the first. Okay, so how many holes in ones have you had since? Brook Trout One? Do you have a favorite? This is just not gardening related. So what's the company of disc you like to throw?
That varies.
Okay, never mind. We're not getting into that.
I like to throw Innova for my driver.
Innova.
I like to throw a Gateway for my putter.
Gateway?
I really don't throw mid-ranges, but there's a few out there. And MVPs never steered me wrong.
MVPs. Okay. So I don't have any more questions. It's just my thanking you. And then if I want to talk, I have stuff. So, Opening the chat. Last questions of the night. Do we want to answer how we met? Or not? It's not gardening related, but.
Well, I mean, a lot of people asked. You could.
I'm a better storyteller if anyone hasn't gathered that in this lovely interview.
I'll correct where she makes mistakes. How about
Jay
that?
says an ice cream plant most commonly refers to the ice cream bean tree, Inga endulis, a tropical leguminous tree native to South America that produces long, leathery pods containing a sweet white pulp. Radio Jonesy says Tasmania has some of the best golf courses in the world. Golf? We're talking about disc golf. Do you have disc golf? I think you do.
Whoa, hold on. A lot of the DGA and pro tours happen on real golf courses. They throw a disc on a real golf course because the professionals can throw 10,000 feet.
What do they use for tee pads? Flags?
No, just like you do on a real golf course. Your little balls that are colored. Your red, blue, and white. Sometimes they're black.
When you stand to throw your disc, you're standing on what?
Grass, like turf.
Okay, what are you trying to tell me about colors? What?
Well, there's different pads. You've never played real golf?
No. Like ladies' tee and men's tee?
Well, it's like a short tee, a long tee, and maybe a ladies' tee, something like that.
They label it with colors. Got it.
But yeah, they're colors. It's like advanced, mid, and meteor.
PDGA, everybody. Tigger is also bow tie, and he is also asking, "What did you do?" Texas Organic TV. I'm drinking tea, red wine. I don't know, weird. Adam goes, "No tricks, Shawnee. Simply growing organic compost manure and crossing fingers for a good year." Oh, really? You didn't do anything amendment specialty with onions, huh? Jay is reminding that questions for Mushroom Mark are welcome. Either is disc golf. Golf, yes. South Florida Sunshine Tropicals. Hey there, Shawnee Girls and Mushroom Mark and chat. Disc golf is small, says Radio Jonesy. Okay, Bowtie says, "Oh, Shawnee Girls, ladies' tees and men's. Let's not get sexist." Well, that's what they talk about. When I used to play, it was the ladies' tee and the men's tee. The ladies was a shorter range. Do they not call it that anymore? Because it is 2025, everyone. I haven't played disc since I had children, pretty much.
Don't ask me. There's still different divisions.
There are different divisions still. Okay. That hasn't changed. Got it.
No. The only thing that's changed is the membership every year.
The fee?
Yeah.
For PDGA?
Extra $5 now.
Oh, it went It went up $5.
Yep. It's fine. There's like 125 more courses that were added to the sanctioned stuff. Not that I play those, but
Texas Organic TV says, "Very relaxing to the show we're having tonight." Thanks. Okay. Did I cut you off?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'll tell the story, I suppose, about how I met Mark.
You better tell it right.
Well, I have to tell it.
I mean,
I can't tell
everything.
I can't tell the true version because it's rated R, and we can't do that here. So, Homestead Aquarius, Robert's here. He gives you a mushroom, I get a flower. See?
Yeah, and you're avoiding the subject.
No, it's polite to acknowledge people when they come in.
Fair.
People like to hear their name. So, in high school, I was a junior, he was a senior, and I had a best friend. There's a best friend since elementary school telling me this story about a guy in her math class had wrote a poem about her, and it was like crumpled up and thrown in the trash can, and she was really icked out about it. And so I go point him out to me, and she pointed him out to me, and it was this guy, and I chewed his butt out with my words in the hallway. And later on, we ended up working together at my first job together, which was McDonald's. So we worked the night shift. He was in the kitchen. I eventually became a manager, but he left to go do transmission work. Right? And then I ended up getting to know him and being good friends with him. You know, you stay up all night on the phone, that kind of thing. And then I started dating his best friend. And then that didn't work out clearly. He had came back to McDonald's and I was like supper break, lunch break or whatever. And I had the headset on. I remember sitting in the lobby because I worked at the truck stop McDonald's, which I've said on here before. And he's like, yeah, there's this girl I really love. And I'm like, oh, there is. I don't remember how the conversation went, but I was the girl that he loved. And he waited till I was 18. During my senior year, I ended up moving in with him as the PG version. And then I graduated high school and life happened and here we are. Did I get it right?
Yeah, for the most part.
So when we started working together,
I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on the PG version.
You have to be very careful here.
Oh yeah. So she hung out with me during spring break, and then all of a sudden, all her stuff.
You can't see. You can't talk like that. You can't.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like it's offensive to my mother, and I don't appreciate it. Does that make sense?
Fair.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Miniature golf. Janet says, does miniature golf count as playing golf? Yeah, right? Mini golf is golf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Putt golf.
Oh, Bowtie says, after Shawnee Gross tells her side, she has to leave room. She has to leave the room? That's not happening. Not on my show. Are you kidding me? And then we get to hear Mushroom Mark's version? Nope. Rated R for members only. Not putting that on the internet, Carol. Nope. Oh, Planet Jonesy. Hey, guys, just woke up. May doze off again. One more night shift. Thank you for trying to be here. Appreciate the support. Hit the thumbs up and catch the replay. Go to bed if you need to go to bed or go to work. Do your thing. Yeah, Carol thought that Planet Jonesy was Radio Jonesy. Different person. Bowtie says, does billiards count as golf? Well,
no, but I'm really good at that too.
We used to play league. Him mostly. We were on billiards. We were in bowling league together. We did that for many years because we didn't have kids right away. You know, you have a life before.
We did a lot of different leagues and sports with the balls.
Those are the ones we was there any more than what I just named? I feel like I named them all.
I mean, they wanted us to get to do darts, but we just didn't.
See the comment on the screen?
No.
Radio Jonesy says, Shawnee, brutal? I don't believe that. We're not telling stories about brutal or not. Also not appropriate. Carol. Serena, welcome to the conversation. This is my husband. I don't remember how to sign language husband. She's hard of hearing. Mr. Smooth Mark. He drove a black truck, a Chevy, with nice exhaust. It was a salvage vehicle.
It was a really, really sweet vehicle. He almost crashed it.
What, Howie? I did not think your hubby was real, like the Tim, the Tool Time, and Wilson. So I'm glad to meet Mr. Mark. Great days to you both. Thanks, Howie.
Hold on. We have a plank.
Is there a bug?
Oh.
Then the sound's all muffled. Oh my goodness, look what's happening. Texas Organic TV. Let me go over to the other side here. Give that a heart. Comes in with a super chat sticker. I don't know how to tell the difference. There's no words on it. It says $5. So you, my friend, get this little banner. You just added some extra sunshine to today's garden. Thank you for the support and good vibes. Horseshoes. We didn't do horseshoes. We played, but we didn't do league.
You didn't, but who won a trophy the last time he went?
Someone won a trophy for horseshoes because no one else entered the race.
It's not a race.
Oh, here we go. Cribbage. What is it called?
It's a tournament.
Tournament. Okay, now talk about cribbage.
And cribbage.
Who taught you?
So I was taught by all different parts of my family.
Okay.
I was taught correctly by my stepdad because my grandma cheated because she always won. But no, that's my go-to game. I have a cribbage board in every vehicle that I drive. And I always got a piece of paper and I know how to count to 121. So if you want to play cribbage, we can play.
And so I know how to play cribbage, and we were playing not recently, like in the last 6 months. And I think we left with 2-1. 3-1, 3-2. Do you remember?
I mean, you were winning, but we played a couple games, yeah.
Like each night we played just one game. We didn't do 3 rounds like traditionally. And then I was keeping track of who won the one game. But I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. At the end of the day, after 3 kids, I don't want to do math. Are you kidding me? Carol, thank you. She says she loves my hair tonight. Howie is laughing. Okay, sign like you're tipping your hat. Clasp your hands together to sign husband. Thank you.
No, see, I only know mom and dad.
And then like grandpa and grandma.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Dave. We're not talking about that. Cribbage is awesome, says Howie. There is a channel. He's Santa Claus in the winter, and in the summer and spring and fall he's numismaniac, I think. And he used to do this thing with people. His life's pretty busy right now, though, where it was like the cribbage board on here, and people from different parts of the world, you know, you can have a partner and play cribbage with them. And you've played cribbage on your phone, I think? Or was that pool?
I've done both.
Back when that was cool to do.
Done both.
This is the... I don't know how to do whatever you're explaining, Jay. Radio Jonesy comes in with a super sticker. $5. Can I on the other side? Okay, it doesn't have like a response
like a little
to
fox,
it.
though.
There's
it
a fox.
It looks like a little fox.
And it says hiya, which I usually say heya.
No, it says
people.
Hey-ya!
It says that apparently for everyone.
She's not good at sound effects.
For everyone with headphones on, I'm sorry. No, I'm not good with sound effects. So you just added some extra sunshine to today's garden. I only have one prepared. Sorry, you get to hear the same thing. Thank you for the support. Good vibes. Where we got here?
I've heard that commercial already.
You have a commercial you've heard already?
No, I said I heard that commercial already.
We really appreciate the donations from Texas Organic TV and Radio Jonesy. Jay says donations come in on a mushroom mark night. Paying it forward, says Radio Jonesy. Adam says, how ironic. My wife and I met when she was 6. I was 9. We got married when she turned 18 and I was 21. We got married when I was 19.
And I was 21.
Well, we're a year apart.
You were 20. No, maybe.
Was I 20? Ugh, I don't want to do math. It was 2011.
You were 20.
I know I wasn't drinking age. I remember that.
I was 21 because I was drinking age.
Brooke Trout says, love cribbage. I could never beat my grandma. She didn't cheat that you know of.
19's not a real number.
Serena says, what did the mushroom say when he was turned down for a date? You want to read it?
But I'm a fun guy. I actually want to get those as license plates. Let me be cool.
Fox at Outdoors. Hi, Cliff. This is Mark. Mark, that was Cliff. He's in New Mexico as a gardener. Okay, I caught up on the chat. There's no more questions. Are you ready to leave? Or you want to be here more?
I am ready to leave.
Your back hurt? You're just over this. Without publicly embarrassing yourself. You don't have to answer.
I'm tired. I've had a long day.
Okay, we're going to do an intermission quickly here. So, chat.
It was good seeing everybody.
Oh, right. We got to do.
Have a
Okay.
great night.
Let's do that. Sorry. The bad host. Let's see here. Wasn't this fun?
It was totally fun.
Big thanks to Mushroom Mark for joining us and sharing his gardening journey. Now, we're going to catch up, okay? While he leaves, I'm going to get in my spot, and we're going to talk about what's been happening this week in the garden. So stick around for part 2 of the show. Testing sound. Testing. The sound is coming through this mic, not the laptop. Normally I have it this way and this is over here, but I'm not going to do any more moving because I'm sure you guys are bored already. So, Janet says good, perfect, bow tie. Okay. Hi, everybody. If you haven't seen it yet, I just uploaded my September garden tour. It's packed with ideas for what's still growing, what's wrapping up, and how I'm prepping for fall. Autumn is starting. And I do need to give out a big shout out to my amazing Shawnee Grows members. You all make such a difference in keeping this community thriving. I'm going to try and get that open and read it. It might be updated. It might have. We're going to try, okay? And I'm going to say
Thank you for your support, your encouragement, and for growing alongside me every step of the way. You're the roots that keep this garden strong. So, sharing the screen. I gotta make this big. I think I have to click on it. What button makes it full size? This one? There we go. Okay. If you'd like to become a member too, check out the join button below or a link in the description. You'll get special perks, behind the scenes content. I released a video the other day for members only. And of course, when we get new members, we get story time. So our current members are Dare L, Consume the Goodness, My Renaissance Grandma, Marketplace Boutique, Yossi and the Simple Kitchen, Emmanuel, the Ultimate Gardener, whose podcast every week has shifted to Monday, but I'm unsure if the time got figured out. How do you get to the next page? Is it this one? Brook Trout 1, Robin Gardens, South Florida Sunshine Tropicals, Scott, Miss Sharon, hi, Miss Sharon in the replay, or currently here if you're listening. Sooner JH Travels, John, Radio Jonesy, Diva in the Dirt, I'm filling her time slot tonight. Andrew's Northwest Coins, Food Forest Journey, Healthy Harvest, John Pole, Loose Screw Ranch, Kim, Gutters Pub, L Triple G's Love, Belt Loop 29, Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, Jessica's Dumpster Girls, Shantae G, Bat 13, Ace, Mother Earth Garden Club, Adam, Texas Raider, Backyard Trucker, Darth Vader, Barman, NHS, Terry 5757, Whitley Cat, Soyini Marcano, The Astute Tourist, Rem's Family, The Big Italian. Again, thank you for being a member and continuing that. Heading into the chat to figure out where we are right now. There's a diet starting on Monday? Por qué? Why are we starting a diet? Wikishire, I'm more like a nematode. Did I miss something? Brook Trout says never bored. Fantastic. It's still uncertain? Okay. Kincaid Outdoors, welcome to the second half of the show. Oh, and members, throw out your emojis if you're around. They are for you to use. I think you can use them in the comment section too. Sorry if my hair made a sound on the mic. I normally have it braided for purposes. Oh, bouncing between both. Well, I appreciate the support. Outback Tasmania comes in with 96 subs to go, Shawnee. 96, everybody. Because we should have the hours in 5 days when the hours load. We'll have 4,000 hours because we're at like 3.9. What did I say earlier? 6.46 or something. Okay, thanks, Bowtie. There's the emojis. I have new ideas for a couple, and I might have made them. I can't remember, but I never looked to see if I could load them in yet, because like the way it works is you have to have specific. Wow, you have to have a certain number of members to access a certain amount of emojis to release. It's a thing I'm learning, right? Oh yeah, Carol's had the Cinnabons. You're getting sick from that. Okay, that's why. So there wasn't anything crazy that happened. Okay. Jay says, Shawnee Grows Emmanuel had me as a guest, but I'm too ill to be a vocal guest. Hack, hack, snort. It's a head and chest thing? I wondered what was the thing. Texas Organic TV. Yes, boredom is personal. Never understood it. Howie is still listening. Radio Jonesy, what is that for? It looks like... Okay. Dave Knight is still listening. I'm not sure what... To do a part 2 with Mark, like my channel's a gardening channel, right? So we'd have to make it gardening related, not talk about not gardening things. And he was very brave to come on here. He's never been live before. Bowtie says, I have a watch hour update coming out in a thank you short, coming out tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. Okay. Oh no, it's progressing. The symptoms, we're not even through the climax yet, says Jay. Shawnee Girls, I'm adding more and worse symptoms by the hour. Bowtie says Mark did great. He's going to rewatch it, I know, and I'll have to talk to him about how he feels about it. We do all have our little things that we do to get through things, don't we, Brook Trout? Okay, you guys want to see what I got in the mail? Oh, Adam's heading out, saying peace out, y'all. It was great finally seeing Mark on a live. I'm going to take advantage of getting more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Yes, you go to bed. Get your rest. Oh, he left a stool under here. I don't want to trip on that. I have a box sitting here. Oh boy, and it's heavy. I don't know where I want to put it to dig in it where it's not going to be super loud. Okay. Worcestershire says never rewatch yourself. We're all ultra picky, critical. Mail call, whip it out, let's go. I like rewatching my stuff. I play it to go to sleep sometimes. What did Howie say? Howie says, it was nice to meet your hubby. At least we know he's real. Seems like a fine fella. Well done, Shawnee. Thank you. Woohoo, presents. Yeah. More work, really, is what this actually is, Janet. Okay. So I'm going to plant bulbs, flower bulbs in the fall to bloom in the spring. And my spring self really appreciates the hard work it's going to take. So this is crinkly. This is 25 mixed tall Dutch iris. And I'm not opening them because I want them to stay in their labeled thing until I'm actually out there planting. So what I want to do, I'm going to keep sharing what's in the box, but the plan is to get the tractor and to dig out a trench in the area that I want to do this in. And irises are at like 4 inches deep, and the tulips and daffodils are 8 inches deep, and then layer them through the trench with heavy, close spacing for huge like clusters versus spaced out clusters, and just like bomb an area, right? This is gonna get on the computer. What is this called? This is 50 bulbs of tulips, and it's called Pastel Mix. Now, I don't remember if these are single or doubles. Doubles are so much prettier, but I went with what I could get. So I have, you're gonna add it up now. It's 25 plus 50. This is 50 bulbs mixed daffodils. Okay. It does have directions on here. Like the size of the bulb, because you can buy different sizes. The height it gets, the planting depth, the planting spacing, bloom time, and then the bloom color. I have mixed for a lot of things because it was cheaper that way. So we're at 125. And then now I have another bag. See how it says what it is on it? 50 bulbs of a mixed triumph for tulips. So that's how many I have to plant. I only paid $70 to have this shipped to my house. Okay. So these are ones that can go in the ground and be in the ground all winter. Like they need that. And come up in the spring. And they will slowly duplicate themselves, right? And I'll have more to then like divide and split up. Now we are seeing damage because I planted some last year and bunnies were eating them. The flower, not the bulb. If you plant the bulb too deep in thick clay soil, they could rot. If you plant them not deep enough with a cold winter, they could rot. Like, there's this magical planting math, right? Whistle Stop Homestead. Jonesy put up the link. Let's see. Is that where I left off? Bulb ASMR, crinkle, crinkle. I know, I was trying not to make it so loud. Outback Tasmania. Only one more sub to reach 100 over at Outback Tasmania, the gardening channel. So get on over there and subscribe and say Shawnee sent you. Wickershire, I'm glad you liked my tip there. Okay, let's see here. Like, shots of what? Are we doing the gut shots? Ginger shots? Pickle juice shots? Yeah, propagate forever, right? Unless something comes and eats the bulb. I mean, I have irises that got put in a shady spot and they're not doing good and they're becoming exposed to the top of the soil and they're rotting, and I have a lot of work to do to fix that space too. But I just couldn't pass up the deal because Jay put the number 175 bulbs for $70. You know? So this came from Holland Bulb Farms. They ship to you. They're in Wisconsin. And I've always bought from them. Always. That's a lot of bulbs. I've bought more before, and I could easily pick out 1,000, like right now, if I could afford it, right? Robin Garden says, I rewatch my videos. So crazy how volume and such change between the laptop, iPad, TV, and phone. What an observation, Robin. The TV has the worst sound and picks up all the sorts of background crap the other devices don't. That's a really good point. I don't know if it would affect me in any kind of editing way because I'm not fancy. I don't know how to change that stuff. 32 watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up while you're here and that you are subscribed. We're trying to grow the channel. Okay, Cliff says, oh, by the way, folks, I got my crocus bulbed for my saffron in on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to getting them in the ground for next season harvest. Exciting. $70, says Texas Organic TV. What is this rule? Carol says, hey there, new rule, Outback Tasmania. You have to get to 1,500 since you have another channel with 5,000 plus. Oh, Wickershire knows all about rotting seeds in clay. Gonna back you up on that. Jay says, tip, I am a cheap skate and dig the holes and wait for bulbs to be 75% off. Yeah, cover them with some mulch. Last year I did wood chips at that garden because I used the leaves somewhere else. But before, when I was gardening here at the rental home with the tulips and daffodils and hyacinth and crocus, leaves were my mulch. Now, normally we get snow, and that's my mulch. That is my blanket of warmth to protect from the cold. But last year, we got a whole bunch of cold and no snow. So some perennials never came up. Like, I know I planted daffodils, and not one came up. I don't know what that's about. I don't think anything ate them. They could have rotted. Jonesy is bringing attention to this. What? Subscriber count on my side does say 919. I'm going to pass out right now, Radio Jonesy. Oh my goodness. Keep your cool on live. Hopefully there's no spiders tonight. If you guys know that joke, throw something in the chat. I don't know. People are always like, throw a 1, throw a 2. I'm not going to make you go find a spider emoji, but Put your favorite number in the chat. Magic moves are afoot. Yeah, and I don't have the hours until like 5 days from now. So now I'll be really impatient if for some reason we get to 1,000 together, really close to now in the next like 2 days, because I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on what's going on in my world. I couldn't go live all week. We were supposed to be talking about my whole week. I forgot. So I've been trying to put the updates kind of in the shorts section. So if you know how to use YouTube, you know where that is. You can go check that out after this live stream. But I talked about the green cabbage moth caterpillar that I have been squishing every day because I never bought the netting and the low tunnel hoops to protect all the brassicas, and my bug-loving child found out, and he didn't want me to squish them. He wanted to keep them in some location, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. You have all the bugs, but this one, okay? Can we just make a deal?" So then he was taking out all the bugs that are in the popcorn, which was fine. Whatever. And then what other videos did we talk about this week? I know I filmed a rain ASMR short that comes out next week. We talked about how to know when to pick a watermelon, how to pick a butternut squash. I'll have to look at my shorts because now I don't even remember. I think there's a butterfly one in the garden coming out. Bulb greedy on a tiny budget. You gotta be. Those are the best deals, Jay. I bought bulbs so cheap, but it wasn't the right planting time, and I had them in a fridge. And they made it almost up to planting time, and then all of a sudden got too cold in the fridge. Like the fridge went haywire. Cliff says I can do that. I'll try and get one out here in the next few days. I'll also give a full video update next season 2026. Are you going to show using that like in cooking? I can't remember brook trout one. What the name of that is that I'm thinking of that I was going to refer to your comment about. Mark, did you go to bed or are you in the chat? Do you remember what I used to drink? I don't drink anymore. I don't remember. Man, I don't remember what it was called. Double smoked. I'm not going to be able to come up with it. Yeah, fire cider shots. There we go, Carol. Serena has a refractometer coming Monday. Ordered it on Amazon. It's a Brix. Wow. Wade Rue. Hey, Shawnee Grows from the great state of Montana. And hello to the room. I'm sorry I'm late. So the first half of the show, we had a special guest. Okay, which like does not happen. So catch that on the replay, of course. And now I'm trying to remember what I did this week. Oh, so remember that live stream where we made our own fertilizer? I used it on the fall garden. And then I made a short about, I found a bunch of grass clippings. There was a pile of grass clippings along the cornfield off of our property there. And I go to the property owner and I'm like, have these been here all summer? And I just didn't walk over here. What is this about? Because I was on wagon load number 4 getting the grass clippings to go put them on stuff, to put them on the compost, to top dress it, to put them in the pathways for the fall garden. I was starting to take them around fruit trees and in one of the food forests. And they're like, yeah, somebody had them bagged on their property and called me to come get them. I'm waiting to see if there's a glitch. I've had some internet issues after a certain point in live streaming. So if it starts going wonky, I'll have to end it because I don't know how to fix it. So he's like, yeah, they came in bags, and I opened the bags and dumped them out because I didn't think you wanted weird moldy grass clippings. And I'm like, that would have been so much easier if they were still in the bags because I would have just took it where I wanted them. He didn't understand, but I was happy, and I did make a short about it. I'm getting hungry. Radio Jonesy, I'm getting excited. But I can't click the button like with your live stream the other day. You already had your 4,000. I don't. We'll just have to wait. Destiny, hey, sorry I'm late. How a gardener's journey begins: plant a seed. Seed actually grows. Taste the crop, whatever it is, and go. Yum, this tastes good. Repeat, right? That's how we get addicted, right? Barry, how long have you been in the shadows? I see you on this side. Oh, Destiny says I missed the mushroom guy. Gonna have to watch the first part later. Yeah, that's right. 8 with 8 legs. There's a bunch of subs happening, Bowtie. It's a little crazy. Jay says there's many reasons that daffodils do not come up. It's a long list. Oh, they were so easy to grow here in town. Out in the country, totally different story. Yes, the whole spider thing. Okay, Wikishare says, bug-loving child, now we know where all the 8-legged gifts inside the house come from. Yeah, if I need a spider moved, I just call him over. But Mom, his name is Fred. Oh, what does he name things? It's not Fred. I feel like it's always Bob. And now he lives with us. Yeah, I've had to say we're not making bug habitats in the house with real critters. Texas Organic TV, amend the clay soil. We use sand here and organic matter. Find banana peels. I came to Texas in 1988 to find caliche and clay. Lime has been said to work as well, but I don't know the equation for that. Howie says hornets and birdhouses take out cabbage moths. So I found out that this property was not being organically managed like I thought it was. And so I'm rebuilding everybody's habitat and trying to get things to come back, Howie. Our winter list is to make birdhouses, yes. Destiny rain short is a great idea, Shawnee. You know what? I think I should have made a long form video. But you know how it is, like it wasn't a heavy storm, and then I kept getting interrupted with the children, so I don't remember making you a mod, Wade. You're a mod over at Radio Jonesy. I have plenty of mods. I'm not looking for any more. There's some spiders and webs. Look at that. He figured it out. Texas Organic TV, banana peels are gangster for amending soil. That's cool for, you know, people that have access to bananas better than Minnesota does, right? I haven't had time to go to your channel, Wade, to watch the gardening raised bed building because I'm a mother of 3 and I was solo parenting until right before the show, so I haven't had time, and I will check it out. Destiny says our city has a parade of homes each September. I just went on a parade of homes. Beautiful homes, but no room for a garden. And I also looked at if people had gardens. And there was a garden tour, but it was in the heat. I wasn't going to that. I was going to pass out. Like that was in a couple months ago. Plus, I didn't want to take the kids with me, and I was the one that had them mostly, so. Texas Organic TV, I saw several stories about a country that dumped thousands of orange peels and transformed dead soil. Really cool. Jody says, hi, everyone. Tired, but listening. I can't believe you're still awake, Jody. Hey. Jody was on a hunt for, I think it was a killer today on one of her live streams. So if you want to check that out, go over there and subscribe. Tell her in the comments Shawnee Grows sent you. Carol says, I have my bricks. Put it down and now I have to find it again. Have a kit. Good to see you, Barry. How's your weather? Thank you, Jay, for helping out. Okay, so they're having a conversation. Destiny, I really liked the stop algae in your rain barrel short. Well, thank you. That was thanks to Serena bringing up a question about algae in a rain barrel, and then I went and looked at mine, and I saw that that lid had algae in it. Working on making soil from scraps, Brook Trout 1 says. I know Howie talks about pathway soil banks, layering, greens and browns, bones, ash, turning it into soil. I clear everything once a week, like history, cache, everything. That's why I don't get why it happened this week so much. Now I know StreamYard is doing updates. Like other people were talking about, they tried to do a live stream through StreamYard, and these are people that, like, I'm going to use the word professional, right? And they were saying that it was glitching for them, and it must have been when StreamYard was like down for an update. Because they're making changes left and right. Wickshire made anaerobic tea compost from greens. Every time you pop it open, you keep thinking, I'm not trying to retch my lap there. Has to be a better way of doing things, like, and plant like this stuff. And plants like this stuff, well, once it doesn't have any food, it doesn't stink anymore usually. And there are other methods other than stinky juices to feed the plants in the soil, right? The spider jokes are coming in. Carol said, had my compost pile of dead weeds drying out. Oh, I remember something quickly, sorry. I have a short where I showed a bag of seeds I bought because there's a closing sale at my favorite garden center. They're switching to farmers only. They're not selling to gardeners anymore, so it's 25% off, and I spent $100, and I haven't showed what's in the bag yet because we were trying to get more subscribers. So now I'll have to, I don't want to do it tonight. I'll probably show it in its own short and a live because then we can talk about it. I'm not sure. How do you guys want to see the seeds? And I want to go again, honestly. I want to go there just to get worm castings. I want to go there just to get fertilizers like bulb tone, and I want to get more seeds, right? Oh, we're talking about what we name things. I'll put them on the screen for everybody in the replay. You should be able to see the chat in the replay, but it takes a while for things to load. Again, I appreciate all 32 of you being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We are having a gardening conversation, chill chat. Sometimes we do educational things here. I haven't had the time to prepare anything. We're under construction. We're doing homeschool. We started co-op this week. We are at the garden all day long getting things done. Fall is beginning. Autumn is coming. And the jobs list just grew. So I don't know when I'll be able to go live during the week to do a show. I'm very grateful that we've had help with South Florida Sunshine Tropical show last night. We talked about extension services. And then tonight, normally Diva in the Dirt is live, but she's on vacation, so I'm filling in a time slot. Serena does have raised beds because of clay dirt, along with the fact that people before her buried roofing tiles in the backyard. Woo! Janet says, I think I will name my spider lilies, Shawnee. Really? Carol uses peels all the time. Okay, Jay is defining caliche. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Whitish gray or cream colored soil layer that's been cemented by carbonates of calcium and magnesium. It may occur as a soft thin soil horizon layer, a hard and thick bed surface erosion. Texas Organic TV says, Shawnee Grows, I had very young children when I started. I put them to work and their friends. So in my September tour, you'll hear one of them singing. There's a little segment in there because I don't want them on the channel for like to see them, but I've had their voices and stuff. So they like planting sometimes, but harvesting has been the big thing as they've gotten older. You know, we go from pulling seedlings out to properly putting seeds in to then watering and then learning about weeds. What's a weed? What's not? What do I want to use as chop and drop or fertilizer? What can stay? And then identifying the plants and what they are by looking at it. watching them grow to harvesting, and now we're working on teaching them about, okay, we're going to let this go to full maturity to save the seeds from it. What does that look like? There's a whole table of plates with seeds, and I wrote on there what it is that we've been working on at the garden. Jody says, yes, finding some scary stuff today. Serena is planning on raking up the leaves again. I'm looking for my water. It's right here. Into the fence to close it off so the leaves stay and not blow away and make leaf mold. I think I had hornworms this year, Wickershire. Like, I found that one, and then I seen a bunch of holes in tomatoes, which I asked some people. I think it was Robin Gardens I was asking, because I've only seen them on TV where they eat all the leaves, right? And she goes, well, this year I am seeing hornworms inside the tomatoes, and I was seeing holes in the tomatoes that were worm size, like, and caterpillar size. And did I cut them open and investigate if it was in there and identify it? No, it didn't. So the comment says, when hornworms come on strong, I'm the nicest mean gardener. Well, what do we have here? A horn moth spawn. Ooh, I'm really scared. And here we are over there. You go, Wickershire, no fear. And Carol says hornworms go into the canal. Howie says Mayans used their waste and they had the best food growing. I think they also had clay pot, terracotta pots, and ash and biochar, right? Texas Organic TV, I haven't tried a live stream from this channel yet. Carol says, yeah, last night I lost stuff for sure. Background dropped till we ended the live. So weird. It's getting spooky. No. Serena says, I found a swallowtail caterpillar on the wire fence that surrounds my tomato pot. I don't have any dill and the milkweed has been eaten down. I have asparagus ferns. Will those work? You let it figure it out. There's no need to worry about it. Yeah, the bag reveal. Like, I can talk about it on a live, but I want to do it on a short too, because the shorts people crowd, how the audiences are different. I already introduced it there, so I'm gonna do one for them too, right? Hey, Food Forest Journey, Healthy Harvest, good to see you. I've been answering your questions, but it doesn't tag you like it's supposed to. I feel like that was something that changed when you reply to somebody. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so I hope you've been seeing my answers. Bowtie, go to bed. Thank you. We're not going to stay on much longer. My neck's starting to hurt. And I'm hungry. And I'm going to go find another live stream to be in the chat on, right? Oh, Food Forest says I can't find my glasses, so I'm just going to sit back and listen. Perfect. Radio Jonesy is scaring me. He's got magical voodoo. 70 to go, Shawnee. Okay, I was going to bring up what the actual hours we're at. Thank you, Jay. That was a good answer. Nature will sort it out. Here, I'm going to go like this, and then I can just click this, and then go to studio, because my phone's not over here. It's in my room. Let's see here. Studio. Earn. Almost forgot how to do it. 3967. Okay, 3967 are my hours. And I didn't go live at all last week. So we have to wait 5 days for me to even get to 4,000 watch hours. So possibly the next time you see me, we might be having a party. Would you guys want a party to celebrate me getting the second tier? I think I know the answer to this. The second tier of monetization. What kind of party do we want to have? You guys want to play games? Do you want to just have people up on the panel and talk? Do you want me to, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Texas Organic TV says, I'm glad I caught you tonight. I'm not normally live on Saturday nights. I'm usually live Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays or Thursdays after 9 p.m. Central Time. because I have a busy life. Wickeshire, you have to be a gardener or it's so creepy. Hey, you, yeah, you want to see my seeds? Rips open trench coat. Yeah, take a gander at that. 50% off sale. I don't know. If someone said, do you want to see my seeds? I might say, yeah, I want to see your seeds without even thinking. Like, do you mean gardening seeds? Right? Magic foot. Magic is a foot. This is awesome. Oh, brook trout caught a huge wolf spider? You brought it home to show the kids. And as you were getting it, it escaped and it was in the car. Eek. Okay, Wickeshire says, speaking of seedlings, be thankful you do not have bat ears. Yanking out seeds and not hearing the subsonic screams. My roots! My roots! Wickeshire goes, whoa, in the tomato. Yeah, I see the tomato and pepper leaves getting stripped down overnight. I suppose if you leave them on long enough to get to the fruit, nothing was eating the leaves. So it might not even be a hornworm. It might be a whole different worm, Wickeshire, because I never opened the tomato to look and figure it out. I'm going to plant the tomatoes on the other side of the garden next year. Okay, good. You've been seeing them. Thank you. Food Forest Journey, Healthy Harvest. Howie says the canals in Mexico City grow water lettuce, and that is placed on the ground by the canals as a green layer. Fun fact. The more you know with Howie. Storms, Ridders, and Cats is still listening. Brook Trout 1, zinnias, butterfly weed, and coneflowers for swallowtail. Are we talking about shelter or, well, home is shelter, or food source, or, so like usually the caterpillar eats a different plant than what the butterfly wants. And so having both help. You know. We're on our way, Jody. We're not there yet, but it'll be happening. We know it. We were racing with Radio Jonesy, and he got there first. But as he says, it's the starting line. Like, once we get that AdSense on, we're starting, right? Let's party. Barry says, I am impressed with your progress, Shawnee, in a relatively short time. You know, did I know this is where we would be? You know, when I started posting stuff last year in, like, I think August, September, I did some videos, and then live streams didn't start happening till October, which is when you really start to get hours built up. And my previous live streams were different than what we do today, right? And so it also makes you think, what are they going to be like forward? What'll be added to the show, you know? I love talking gardening with people, and I don't know all the answers. I just, you want to party with hats, Brook Trout one? We're just gonna all bring a hat to the panel. Costumes, says Jay. I don't own any adult costumes. I'm very sorry. We're gonna put members on the panel party. Yeah, for any members that have a camera and mic and understand how to use them, they could come up on panel. I can rotate through people if we have more than the allowed spots. Robin Garden says garden games. Oh yeah. Texas Organic TV. I have a lot of seeds. This year's theme was just plant all the seeds, so I actually really don't have much. I know I still have peas left over. I have that bag I just bought, and I have to order the what is it called? The indoor. Remember we went indoor seed chopping for winter growing on a live stream together? I can't place that order for like maybe next week, but it's okay. Uh-oh, I don't know what I said. Barry says, okay. Full sentences. Are you talking to me? What does it say? Food Forest Journey? Healthy Harvest says, I never looked at it like that. I will never pull roots out the same again. Oh, are you quoting Wickshire? My roots, my roots. Good night, Earthlings from Howie. Look after the Earth and the planet will look after you. This was awesome, Shawnee. Thank you for sharing your world. Peace. I'll see you around, Howie. What is she? Carol goes, yes, please share. Shawnee grows out. She is getting closer to beating another channel that now needs 1,500 subs. I haven't heard if Radio Jonesy's going to work on monetizing a third channel. I can't remember in his little goal vision board plan. You were talking to Carol, Barry? Okay, that's fine. Texas Organic TV says, yes, I hear plant screams also. Radio Jonesy, you have to stay live. This is crazy. Check, and it's still climbing. Okay, let me refresh. It's great. I'm happy, but I'm like really disappointed that I don't have the 4,000 hours because I can't click the button tonight. You can't change the hours until they change the days. The date. I can't do anything about it. We're at 9:56. It says. What were we here before? I don't even remember. What is happening? No one needs to pick on Radio Jonesy. There's no door prizes for getting first. It's okay, guys. Oh, look at him. Nothing's fair. We are supporting each other and our friends. Absolutely. Wickshire goes, not inspecting garden damage. Scooby-Doo mystery bus stamped all over it. Just means it was you, the master gardener, and you would have got away with it if it wasn't for these nosy kids in the chat. It's been really refreshing to be at the garden from 8:30 in the morning till 6 at night with my children because there's no internet there. There is like satellite, and so we get free TV like PBS, public CBS, NBC, ABC, that stuff. So they've realized that at 10 o'clock we can watch The Price is Right, and then at 3:30 on MeTunes there's a pup named Scooby-Doo, and we've been watching super old cartoons that have, I don't know, the Justice League, I think they're called. It has all those people in it. Don't make fun of me. The superhero people. They've been interested in that. The old original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is on there. And then we just play outside and run, and it's quiet. I mean, yeah, there's wind and farm traffic, but it's just so much. It's a completely different life we have when we spend time out there compared to here at home, where we're under construction. We can't use our yard, the sounds of town. We have internet, right? I don't have to explain what that means. You guys know what I mean. Cool cars. Welcome. Nice image. Well, hello, Radio Jonesy shouted you out. Well, Radio Jonesy is a fantastic supporter of Shawnee Grows. We like your boomerang very much, Radio Jonesy. And we are here just talking about gardening normally. Tonight's a little bit of a different show. Kind of just reading the chat. I appreciate people coming in, hitting the thumbs up, being subscribed. It's wonderful. Oh, okay. Barry was talking to someone's comment. Okay, Barry. I trust that y'all are being good. Radio Jonesy says, yes, it's almost there. Oh, Carol, my plants just cry, she says. Radio Jonesy is very encouraging. Carol says, yes, it's all good and fun. Jonesy is awesome. He was very encouraging and helpful to me too. Grateful for you, Radio Jonesy. That's right. Wade Rue, Shawnee Grows. I know what it means so also well. No internet when raising my boys. Yeah, there was no internet when I was raised. out there because that's where I grew up. The air's cold. I had it turned up because Mark was all nervous and hot, and I have to turn it back to not cold anymore. Anne's Place. Good morning, Shawnee and chat. Anne, what delightful stories do you have for us today? We had Mushroom Mark on, Anne, the first half of this show, so when you're more awake and ready for that, you can catch the replay, and you get to meet my husband. Oh, Serena, great question. So it says, any plans to have Ken, It's All About the Biology, or Andy, the Invisible Gardener, on your show soon? No. And I'll type the answer. Nope. I really didn't enjoy interviewing people. It was too stressful. I don't know how people do that for every show. Sorry. I don't like it. Barry, honestly, the internet is overrated in my honest opinion. I love it for recipes and how to do something. You know? I like it for talking to people when I want to talk to people, right? Let's see, what do we got? We thanked our members, and if you want to become a member, there's a join button, or it might say subscribe plus, and then there should be a link in the description. Oh, what else is in the description? Let's see. We have Mushroom Mark, the YouTube channel, and then there was a channel that interviewed Mark with his van, because he does van events. And so you can see Mark's van tour. That's linked below. And I made a joke that I can film a better tour and put it on his channel with him. Just because I've spent so much time with him all these years, I know I can do a better one, right? Serena, how about being on one of their channels? Great question. I don't have, let's see here. How do I word it? My schedule doesn't work out to be on others' channels so much right now. Sorry. I've been asked to be on other people's channels at some point, but I can never figure out how that would work out. Texas Organic TV. I loved interviewing people on the other channel, my other channel. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it might have looked like I was having fun and the conversation was good and it was worth it. But do I want to keep doing that? Mm-mm. Zach Smith, hi, and Radio J sent me over. Thank you for acknowledging Radio Jonesy at Radio J Talk. He's awesome over there in Tasmania. Appreciate the support, the thumbs up, the subscribe. I'm a gardening channel. If that's your thing, you can stick around more often every week and hang out. Wickershire says, off topic, there's a job where you suit up and dive into sewerage, septic tanks for maintenance, and there's someone on the other end that married that person. How does that marriage work? Well, remember that show, Dirty Jobs? They had that on there. I don't remember what the answer was. Oh, let's see. Where else are we going here tonight? We've been having rain every day. Little blips, not like heavy downpours or anything. It's not like an inch a day. It might be an inch for the whole week. It's just been, we've been actually wanting to learn more about cloud formations because of it, because we can see the storm coming at us, which you're going to see in an upcoming short scheduled next week when we're at the garden, is another reason why I love being out there. Because in town, you don't see squat where I'm at. Barry says, don't get me wrong, I've made great friends on the internet, but it can be too much at times keeping up with it all. There's a whole level of conversation there, Barry. And I'm just gonna pause for it. I'm not gonna go in there and deal with it. Serena says, how about being on the Urban Gardener? I can't. I have my kids are awake. Let's see here. Serena. Great suggestion. I can't. My kids are awake during his show. It doesn't work out. Yes, Radio Jonesy. It says 966, Shawnee. I don't know what else to say. I'm getting a little anxiety right now. Maybe it's not that feeling. Oh, my neck's hurting. But that's the word that I'm calling it, that feeling. Yeah, that's all Enoch does is interview people all the time. Oh, it makes me nervous. Can't do it. The whole prep work and what if, what that. Mm-mm. Janet went to a women's conference in Arcadia. Great day. Robin, night friends, just can't keep my eyes open any longer. I'll see you around the YouTube streets, Robin. Thank you for being a good supporter of the channel. And Robin talked about the art of seed saving over at I don't remember the channel name. It's Audrey's channel. I have it posted in my you know how you can post things on your channel? I shared it in there. Robin's probably shared it too. If you go to her channel, check it out. She was telling her all the tips, all the good things. It was a wonderful conversation. She put a lot of effort into it, you know? Yeah, the timing does not work for me either, Carol. Like I was listening to the show in the kitchen today. Stress, says Radio Jonesy. Yeah, like I'm not I don't feel like I'm patient. I don't know if it's getting worse or better the older I get. Um I guess that's all I'll say. Texas Organic TV, my husband used to work a dirty job. I worked in hospitals. We would strip at the door and go straight to the shower. Yeah, not everyone has luxury like mudroom showers where it's you come into the porch and you can take a shower there and then you just throw your stuff like maybe it's in a sink and it needs to soak and then you can come into the house. Like I grew up in the country. There was farm chores and farming and lots of smells and my husband comes home from his job, which I think I've talked about what he does here before, not smelling the greatest, not knowing what's on him for his clothing. So we have rules of like we don't touch until clothings have been changed and he's been washed because when we had really little kids, you know how they put everything in their mouth, it was very important that they did not touch him when he got home because of what he does at work. Wait, I got it. Okay. Um when we do the replay, I can go through the chat and actually focus on it versus what we're doing right now to see what you're saying. I'm not going to do it right now. Real food comes dirty, says Robin Gardens. That's the channel name. Thank you. I thought it was something about food being dirty. Carol says, sweet. I met a lady in Sprouts, instant friends. And she started praying for me on the way to our cars. New friend. What? It doesn't work like that anymore these days, usually. That's crazy. Zach Smith says, looks like a fun crowd. Thanks. Thanks for saying that. When we get new members, I read a story. If you think that sounds like fun, come on by again. Oh, Texas Organic TV, Shawnee Grows, take care of yourself. A family is a lot of work. Isn't that the truth? Okay, isn't that the truth? And we're coming into like super crazy busy season, right? Every month has some holiday stuff going on. It's important to the children. Birthdays. Kids need basic needs met, you know. Plus we homeschool. Plus I work from home. There's lots of stress going on here behind the scenes. That's for sure. And starting this YouTube channel was taking care of myself. I could talk about the thing I love doing when I wasn't able to do it. So the winter, right? And I quickly really just needed to have these conversations with you all every week, right? We catch up on how our gardens are doing, or maybe there's a medical thing going on, or you just want to talk. It's so great. Wickershire says, you know how you can post things, or you know how you can breathe and blink. Food Forest Journey says, by the time you have grandkids, everything will be beautiful. I'm super excited for it. Not that I'm in a hurry or anything, but I am going to save some of the good toys for when I have grandkids, and I already have boxes of books for each possibility of having grandkids, because not, how it works. Not everybody might have kids. CR says, hello, Shawnee. What you doing, CR? CR, I'm just going to say this now. There was an update on the sunflower field, if they're going to open or not, because we've had such a crazy year with that story, with the planting and the weather. It's undetermined. They might still put a piano and a tractor in one of the fields, but it's just not like it was 3 years ago. So I don't have any sunflowers blooming right now. They've all bloomed and gone. So that I could take note of that and plant whenever I planted them last, because I plant every 2 weeks sunflowers, so we have blooms coming for fun. So I could make a note of that and do another planting, like have enough seed for next time, which we did buy sunflower seeds in that seed haul that I haven't shared yet. We did share what we got in this box next to me. If you haven't caught that, catch that on the replay. We're coming up on 2 hours, and I'm gonna have to go in 4 minutes, okay? Carol says, Robin gave that great tip on my live, and it was like, oh, duh, moment for me. Great job, Robin. Gardens holds our extra brain cells too. Yes, catch that conversation over at South Florida Sunshine Tropicals about extension services, and then what Robin brought up. Serena, Shawnee Gross, maybe if you schedule an interview with Enoch, the urban gardener, enough in advance, you can plan for your husband to take the kids out and do something so you can do the interview. I hear you. Mark has a really busy life, and I just don't want to deal with it at this time. Okay, CR. Yeah, the whole beginning of the show is Mark, the real Mark. Wikishire says, hey, CR, I miss you, man. I've been working crazy hard building a neighbor's solar power bank. Yeah, in trade for the pond work, right? I'm down for the count when I get home, so very MIA. Let's see. Janet said to Carol, I met a woman who grew up in Rhode Island, my hometown, and now we live in the same town again. No way! Food Forest Journey says, amen, you need an outlet, and I'm glad this channel worked for you in doing that, right? If I would have never tried it, if I got scared, where would I be right now? I would still be growing my gardens, but I wouldn't be sharing them with people who get it, right? I would be sharing them with my family members who are like, oh yeah, cool, great. Why'd you do it that way? Oh, Carol says yes. YouTube, great for stay-at-home moms to have adult conversations. Understandable. Iron sharpens iron is a biblical saying. Texas Organic TV says, now I have 5 cranberries and 1 great. You get through it. And honestly, it was hard. Thank you for being honest. I hear that it just gets harder, like, because they'll ask more in-depth questions, life lessons, everything just gets right? So, the Wikishire says, Shawnee, that's magical and romantic. Haven't found my reasoning why I film my off-grid life. The idea of tormenting the subs is always a welcoming thought. I stole 7 minutes of your life. That's interesting that you haven't found your reasoning, Wikishire, because you've been doing it much longer than me. Carol, I am the notebook sometimes because I have an addiction to research and providing information. So, of course, I have to help out. Food Forest Journey says, if you comment on my page, I will always comment back and give a heart. Shawnee, that should let you know if I've received your comment. Okay. Love it. Excuse me, sorry. Radio Jonesy says we're at 972 is what I see on my side. He's saying if that's what 29 means, if I don't do math, okay? Come on, people, let's get this party started. What? I'll schedule a different live stream to celebrate because we can celebrate if we get 1,000 like here, yay, but I don't have the watch hours. Radio Jonesy's working hard behind the scenes, everyone. Wickershire says, yes, in trade for the yard work. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's Homestead Aquarius. What did you grill? Anne is reminding everyone that it is 7 a.m. with her in her world. Food Forest Journey says, who knew so many people would get it? CR says, I wouldn't see the sunflowers either. I don't know what size the patch is that actually is blooming. It's a mixed variety. I really need to go to, I just need to end the live and then turn that air up so it shuts off and then eat and go find somebody else's live to party with and lay down. Because I have a strict no live streaming from bed rule. We don't do that. Carol's asking Anne, any more thoughts on the owl? Oh, I thought it said ox bowl. I put all those together, Carol, and I thought it said ox bowl, and I was really excited. Like, what does that mean? Owl box. Wow. I wonder if that's how my husband feels when he reads things. Do words do that to him? He has a little bit of struggle with reading. Thank you, Jay, for sharing. I'll have to clear my throat. Food Forest Journey. You just got to keep it real with the kids. Yes. Right. If anyone needs to leave, you're free to go. I don't know how much longer. I was going to end it like 2 minutes ago, but I feel a little implied to stay little tiny bit longer. Radio Jonesy's playing magic tricks. Okay, Serena. Okay, Rick, how's it going? What are you up to? Wade, thanks for stopping by our show. I'll see you around all the places. Have a good weekend. Carol has 1,000 things on the list. Radio Jonesy is the cheerleader tonight. 25 more. Okay, I believe you. Refreshing. God, my toes are cold. I need to go shut the air up. Ah. Thank you, Jay. Hey, hey, hey is the name. And they say Radio J sent me over. Well, we have to acknowledge how amazing Radio Jonesy is over at Radio J Talk. I don't know where he's sending you over from, but I appreciate that. Like, subscribe. We are a gardening channel in Minnesota. I grow away from home. I drive 15 minutes to go to my garden. I do normally weekly educational gardening live streams or games or hanging out, and then monthly garden tours, which we just released the September garden tour, so you can see what I grow and what lives here in Minnesota. If that's interesting to you, I encourage you to check all that out. We also do shorts. In the winter, I do podcasts, not so much now. Food Forest Journey says, good for you. I don't even have a TV in my room. I only have one TV. And it's on the floor right now because I'm using the desk that it sits on during the day to do this right now with you guys. There's Beans Boy again. Hey, good to see you. Sorry for doing that in the mic. Jay, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Ann's Place. Have a great day or night, everyone. Wickershire says, think I filmed our journey from Boston to the south in Tennessee in case we disappeared. It would give the family back home some closure. He said he wanted to raise some chickens in the woods. Thanks, Serena. Carol, I don't know. I can get a hold of you later and we can talk. Oh, you just got home, Rick, from lunch. Was it like soup and sandwich? That's probably not what you had, but do you want to share what you had? I see, Wade. I read your comment. Radio Jonesy says, I've shared you out everywhere I can. I'm exhausted. Oh, Radio Jonesy, put your feet up. Get a nice beverage. What's your comfort food? What's for, let's see. Did you have a dine out today? Are you having a dine out today? Because you cooked the last couple days, if I heard you right. Wickershire says, I'm going to make a bumper sticker. I survived liver mush. Fox said, no, don't tell me it's over now. Okay, just hold on a second, everybody. I have turned the air up so it shuts off because I'm cold. I had it on because Mark was stressed out. It is 61 outside, so we can open windows, do that game. Let's see. Beans Boy says, support and love from Bless Blog. Oh, I met Bless Blog today. Super cool. I'm excited to come back around and check out. I heard everybody gardens over there. Is anybody doing something special for, what is it called? Is it autumn equinox? I have not planned a party. Normally we have a little fire or a candle and we get some nature things around us and we just like breathe outside and look at the sky and talk about what we're grateful for the seasons changing with the kids to get them on that schedule of the rhythm of seasons. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I haven't planned anything. I did print some mazes for them to do for the week. I have all kinds of crafts I want to do with them for Halloween. I don't have anything done. I have to look around and see what we have and use what we have is the problem. And I'm trying to do that with meal planning right now, and I'm trying to do that with everything else. There's just a full plate. Okay, Fox Outdoors, isn't chicken of the woods a friggin' mushroom? Yeah? Did someone say it's not? I'm confused. That grows here in Minnesota. And I was going to have a bunch of logs and inoculate them with, I don't know what kind of mushroom I was going to do. It wasn't going to be chicken in the woods. It was going to be something else. And I didn't get to that project this year. Not once. So we'll have to do that next year. Pick a spot that has the right conditions, damp, shade, my knees locking up, and then have, we have down trees that happen. So save some of them. And I have wood here too that's not split yet, now that I think about it. And then I would just order from, I think it's called North Spore. I had indoor growing mushrooms with them before, but I wouldn't do it again unless I had the chamber. because I didn't like the smell. Can you even grow mushrooms in New Mexico, Cliff? Isn't it like too hot? Is that I'm terrible if that's I hope that's not offensive. Rick said buffet eats lots of food. Oh, you went to buffet. You did the fried rice. Okay. I was thinking of making a fried rice, eggs, peas, carrots version for the kids to see if they'd like it. They eat rice with sweet and sour sauce. 2 of them do. Excuse me. See you around, Wade. Serena says it's supposed to be raining. In the morning, sorry. So I may watch the services online if it's a heavy downpour or hard rain when it's time to go. 984 is the total I'm seeing over here. 4 subscribers. Who's going to place their bets? Are we going to see 1,000 in the next half hour, we'll say? What do we think? Wickshire, I'm becoming a southerner. I have officially consumed 3 Mountain Dews this week. No, why? People here have coolers, ice, and the dew. No, that's bad. They never heard of anything fluid. Pretty sure nothing else exists here. Oh, Janet, break time, everyone go pee. Yeah, when I went to turn the air up, so it stopped. You know, where's Turbo? I went and took, so the kids were doing PBS Kids games since we were actually home today, even though the workers did come and work for 2 hours. And I'm not going to say any more about that, but they were doing their game time that they earned, and people were getting a little crabby. Like we had hit the max of screen time kind of for them on here. And so I made a suggestion only because my daughter goes, "Mom, why is your belly so big?" And I said, "Because I have stress hormones." And then I said, "Because I need to walk more. Would you want to help me with that?" And then later on, we had the situation where it was getting tense and we can't use our yard. So I didn't want to drive anywhere, honestly. That's all I do all week right now. And I'm a home person. I'm a home body. And so I said, let's go for a walk. So it turns into, oh, I want to ride my bike. Great. You still need socks and shoes to walk or ride a bike. Meltdowns are happening because they can only find one shoe. Well, you know what? That's not my problem, child. We're not leaving the property if all children don't have shoes. So children, what can we do to work together so everyone can get this done so we can go? We rile the troops and they find the other shoe, right? And then we're arguing about the bikes because one bike isn't here, which means the hierarchy of who gets what bike is being shifted. And I said, well, we need to come to a conclusion that works for everyone. I'll wait. And then I decided to bring the cat, Turbo, which normally makes an appearance, but I must have wore him out, or he's left the house and he's stuck outside. Oh no. If he's outside, that means I have to go look. He can't be outside all night anymore with the construction. Before he used to be just fine. So I put his harness on and I put a leash on him, which we're training him. This is his first time actually successfully putting all of that on. And so then he's laying there on his back. He doesn't know what to do. And so I pick him up and carry him, and we'd get a little bit far, and we're reminding everyone, I'm the leader. We're not riding in front of mom because this, and this. This isn't a bike trail. It's a sidewalk. There is a road. There are driveways. People will hurt you on accident. Please just listen to me, okay? And we're looking for Halloween decorations. That's how we got him out of the house to do this activity, by the way, because they weren't going willingly. And at some point, Turbo would jump out of my hands, which I have the leash, and try to like just sit in the grass or smell dog poop or could go up a tree to the point where he couldn't anymore. And so we did this like 2 blocks, 1 block, 2 blocks, 1 block. And everybody was reset when we got back. It worked the way it was supposed to. I used to just tell them to run around the house twice outside and then come back in. And we did put the TV back on, but we just watched shows instead of playing games. We had snack. Turbo relaxed. And now I'm concerned, like I just showed him the world because he doesn't have a collar. And he's roaming too far away, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I can't get up and go check because we're on a mission here. for as long as, I don't know, 15 more minutes. We're at 9:94. In 15 minutes, I'm calling it, Jonesy. I have to go do stuff. But I'll keep you updated. Oh, Gandalf's back. Welcome back. We're still live. You know. Texas Organic TV. Sorry, I should have shared earlier, but my first time here. My bad. Yeah, normally you've seen replays, right? I'm pretty sure you have. We have a topic, right? We go into depth and stuff. Here, he's counting it down. Radio Jonesy, 16 more today has been awesome. Costumes are always the answer, says Jay. Andrews, Northwest Coins. Hey, how's your weather? I was thinking about buffets the other day because I don't even know when I went to one last, Carol. No clue. I wouldn't even have a guess. Gandalf is pointing out the winner of the race, Radio Jonesy at Radio J Talk. Wow, Jonesy, you're up to 1.07, 1,007 subscribers now. Cool. Excuse me. Do you have mushroom farms in Texas? It's a question mark, so I don't know what's happening. And you know what? How big Texas is? What is there, 5 growing zones in Texas alone? Which I know that doesn't matter for mushrooms, right? It's all about like the specific climate under a tree somewhere. Ew! Did you just wait? You don't compost, do you, Carol? Because of reasons. I don't think you have a compost bin. Do you have a compost bin, Carol? Food Forest Journey. I have all different types of mushrooms growing in my yard. This is one thing that I am going to try next year, I think. Yeah, I don't have a speech wrote. If we get 1K tonight, there won't be a speech. I will wait to have the speech when we have both pieces to this puzzle of 4,000 hours, which we will have once they load the thing. Excuse me. I agree about the Mountain Dew comment. I'm not sure, but I hope so, says Radio Jonesy. Whoa, Mother Earth Garden Club is still awake. Hi, everyone. Tonight's show's been a little weird. Just gonna say that. We had a guest. It was Mushroom Mark. Then I was just gonna talk for like half an hour about what I bought, which is sitting next to me. And then now we're here still because things are magically happening. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we're at 984 all of a sudden. Will it be this way tomorrow morning? I don't know. But I've got 15 more minutes or less. And then I gotta get out of here. Okay, guys? Brooke Joe, no offense to anyone, especially Mushroom Mark, but I can't stand mushrooms. I don't like them either. I only grew them for him to eat in his food. They're gross. I'm thinking, like, you know how when you grow a garden, things taste better? I thought, well, when I do my mushroom log inoculation foresty thing, maybe they'll taste better than what I've had because it grosses me out on all levels, all forms of it. We will take all the help we can get. Texas Organic TV comes in and saying, I just shared on my 10K plus Facebook group. Maybe? Question mark. I feel like we provide good content here if you're interested in gardening. And so I appreciate anyone who wants to come over to the channel and stick around, you know? Here we go. Food Forest Journey says, what you need to be drinking is some lemongrass ginger turmeric with cracked pepper tea. That would make you a southerner, says a southerner. Wickershire, did you hear that? There we go. Oh, Carol says, I think Mushroom Mark was so brave. He was not afraid. Oh. I don't know how much to say about it, you know. I said, you know, here's where the camera is. Like, if you want to look at it, it helps talk to the people. Here's where the mic is going to pick up your sound because we weren't using headsets. We were using the computer. I want you to sit so you're mostly in the camera where your body's comfortable still because it's hard to cram into this space for him. Larger than me, right? And he's had a hard day. And he didn't. I made a joke to Jay how I know him, like he gives short answers, and so like the show's gonna be 10 minutes long. um, he was trying to tell me about the blazer before the show. Like we were 3 minutes late, and he was trying to talk to me about it. I said, "Do you want to talk about it on the show?" Sure. And then he didn't talk about it. He said like one sentence. So, what is the ouch for, Homestead? What happened? I don't know what that's in referral to. Radio Jonesy says 984 might be the limit of friends. Welcome back in, Wade. I'm restarting what is that called? Refreshing on this side, so this light might have changed. And then this one says, Brook Trout, my kids did an April Fool's joke on me, covered in mushroom and chocolate, and said it was a strawberry barf. I bit into it and said it's rotten. And what? You ate it? Why did you? What? Oh, well, I don't. What? When I first started YouTube, I was doing like vlogging how to raise my children stuff. And I thought about doing homeschool channel, and then I did a kitchen cooking channel, and none of those were what I wanted in life, that's for sure, for YouTube land. And so gardening's really stuck. There's a lot in the beginning that I realized if I just went and found the right sentence, it made my life easier. Like I could communicate with the kids and get my point across because no, I'm not patient. I haven't fixed that part of me without flipping out sometimes. So, because I love research so much, when I see something continuously occurring, a pattern, whether it's a problem or a good, I like to research what is my sentence for that moment. And so recently, the sentence I've found that works for a lot of applications is, what's a solution that works for everyone? It's been going great. Radio Jonesy, you have to chill out, man. Like, it says I've done as much as I could do today, Shawnee. I'm stressed myself. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Right? You gotta relax. Go do something relaxing. Get away from the blue light screen. Go touch grass. Pet Charlie. You did good. Janet says, I'm trying to help get your watch hours up listening to a live I missed. Oh, there you go. I'm shocked you missed a live. You're usually at all of them. Replays are great. I get a lot of feedback that they're replayable. Sometimes shows are the best when you're there live, of course. And so it's good to know that people can hear it without being there live and stick around. Rick says Turbo needs an air tag. Okay, so in October, Turbo goes in. And I think the list is what is that thing called now? Chip? I think he's getting chipped. Like it comes for free, which I said that's not necessary, but Mark said do it. The reason he doesn't have a collar is because he wasn't big enough yet to keep one on. But today he kept his harness on really well, and I was gonna leave his harness on him whenever he was going outside because it's bright orange, and it got taken off. And I'll have to talk to Mark about some kind of collar for him, I guess. And I don't know if we're gonna get a tag I don't know what the rules are with cats. I haven't had a cat in so long. We have a dog that has a collar with a tag, right? From the vet. And there's an appointment in October where Turbo goes to do all the stuff. And I don't know if we get a tag for the cat or not. Laser pointer. We haven't tried that, CR. Because I didn't want to give one to my kids, to be honest. Radio Jonesy says it's flying past. Once you get there, it seems to keep growing. Well, if that's how it works, then right on. I don't have a clue. Gandalf says, wow, Shawnee, you're at 984 subs now. Cool. Yeah, because when we started tonight, it was at, do you guys remember? 8:55. I think it was 8:55 when we started. And all week, I've been going into random live streams and telling my story and being like, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. Can you come help me? Just push the button, that kind of conversation. All week, I've been doing that. Oh, Texas Organic TV. We do have mushroom farms in Texas despite the heat. I went to two to get spent mushroom compost. Fantastic resource. Wow. Carol said, I did try to compost the mushrooms in an unused raised bed, but I think the spores were liquefied. I compost in place or dig holes or drop in an unused bed. Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, Andrew has hours. Or is that subs? I don't know. There's a number on the screen for Andrew. Thank you for sharing. Wade says, Shawnee grows, I grow mushroom in my grow room in my house. I did that, and I want it in its own box from now on. I didn't like having it just exposed. Food Forest Journey says, mushrooms are good for your lungs. Wickeshire says, we can save the bag of goodies for later vid. As in to be continued. Yeah, I'm not opening that tonight. I might go get another bag before we even get to opening the first one, Hey says, I hope you get there. Best wishes and good luck, but I have to go. Thanks for sticking around this long. Appreciate you. Go ahead and go do your things. Carol says mushrooms are great for vitamin D. Oh my goodness, Homestead Aquarius says Shawnee grows 24-hour live stream. Get those hours. Well, okay, so I can't look at the calendar while I can't pull up the calendar while I'm on this StreamYard thing. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, it'll have Friday's live stream on it. So Thursday, it'll have tonight's live stream on the hours. So by next Thursday, I'll have the 4,000 watch hours. Because I just know, based on the average of how many hours I get per live stream, that we'll have it by then. And hours don't start dropping off for me until sometime end of October, like whenever my first live stream was, because the videos I was posting, I barely got any hours from back then, Oh, Jody shared me out too. Thank you, Jody. And I'm surprised, unless I'm really far behind in the chat, that you're still awake. Andrew shared me out. You know what I always say? Huzzah! Thank you so much. Carol says the Southerners do not consider us Floridian Southerners. Unless you are in the Panhandle, then you are in Alabama, technically. Oh no, Wickershire will eat or drink anything. That is not a good skill to have. Cleaning people's plates, okay. You do have chickens that you love and can't be without. And they deserve a treat too. Oh, Homestead Aquarius has a correction to Carol. It's because y'all ain't in the South. Y'all are North Cuba. 29 watching. Hit the thumbs up and be subscribed if you don't mind. Serena has a question. Shawnee Grows, how old are your kids? I have 3 kids and they are ages 7 and under. In between there. Oh, Carol is collecting more roselle and blue butterfly pea for teas. Have lemongrass, moringa, and tulsi, maybe others, but too tired to think of them. Right? Like the brain is saying no. Let's get through what the chat says. Still here, Zach Smith. Wow. Look at you sticking around. Thank you. Should we say, Charlie, do you want a treat? Is he listening on the TV? Carol says our parrots used to love scrambled eggs with the shells. And I felt very similar, but worse when it was their own, I suppose. It's part of life, yeah. Okay. Jay says, my research suggests that interaction by a human is more likely to count as watch hours. Like, liking the video, stopping the video, changing the volume, making a comment, going to one channel to another channel and back to another channel, definitely commenting. Yeah. Because there's all sorts of weird, funny business on YouTube, right? Is that the word, microchip? Janet, it makes registration less expensive. And Florida cats get tags. Yeah, I'm guessing we'll get a tag. He's just so new to us, and like, I'm not interested in telling the kids, well, I lost the cat. I would like it to go on. Like, we've had our dog. Oh, we've had lots of animals, but this dog is now on year 9 or 10. So obviously we're gonna have that conversation at some point, but not for the cat, right? I'll have to open the door when I get off this live and go. He comes to the door when he feels like it. Barry, you know how that is, right? He might be in the house. He might be in the kids' rooms, in somebody's bed, which is against the rules. But I have to find him and figure out where he's at. There is a house outside for him, though, if he wanted to get desperate. He used to sleep in the house outside. It's a dog house, but I don't know if there's a difference between a cat house and a dog house. No way. The whole state of Florida, you're not able to buy mushroom compost? How can they do that? Seriously? 2-bag special. Let's go shopping. Well, you know what they told me, Wickshire? First of all, he was like, so you want a bag of worm castings, but you can't buy it today? I go, right. Well, we're not ordering anymore, so I should put your name on one and put it in the back, don't you think? And I was like, okay, I want the big one. And that was cool. And then he said, this has to all be out by like Halloween, but there's a point in October where we'll deepen the discount. You know how they do that in stages? And so it's like, okay. I mean, I could buy enough seeds and like fill a fridge. They have that many still. But that's not like responsible. I do want to tell them, like, hey, if it gets to Halloween and you haven't sold all the seeds, please don't throw them away. Like, I don't know what their plan is. I was going to ask her. It was a guy and a gal that I talked to when I was there. Because I used to go there every week with my kids. But now they're changing the store. They are going to sell lawn and wildflowers still. I thought they were getting rid of the bird seed, though. It's a real bummer. You think it was because of contamination, Carol? The why Florida says we don't do mushroom compost? Gandalf says that Andrew's numbers that he posted earlier were the subs. And he has 1,000 videos. What? CR says, okay, Take care in advance. Waits for Shawnee to read this. Janet says to Carol, I do know that they migrate within the pets. I've never heard of them coming out. The microchips? That's never happened to our animals. Oh, good. Radio Jonesy is holding Charlie and petting Charlie, and his fur is going to grow back so he can be warm, which, I mean, it's warming up there. Barry has fun facts. Sorry to break this to you, but anyone living close to the South Pole are the real Southerners. Texas Organic TV. Wow, 7 and under. Dang. Where I was in 1988. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. Did you ever get the reactions when you were out in public? Like every time people were like, you're really busy. You really have your hands full. And you know what my reaction is now to that? Because I've had 7 years of practice with this is, you know what? My heart is really full too. Like we don't need to focus on if I look tired or if you know what I mean? My heart is full. Like you didn't know how big your heart could be, until you go through that kind of life experience. And I was going to have more kids, but I can't do it. Possibly physically it was going to kill me, and then second, mentally I wasn't interested because I did so many in a short amount of time. I wasn't recovering enough and it was really wrecking me. The pregnancy was easy. That's not the part that was the problem. And then like financially it wasn't really smart to keep going. I wanted 6. Technically I've had 4 and only 3 are here. But we're going to have lots of grandkids, I think, is the plan, right? The weather report is in. Andrews Northwest Corner. 43 degrees Fahrenheit feels like 34 degrees. Winds from the north. 17. Carol says, I was shocked. I've not researched it, but saw it on YouTube, of course. Janet Potter, the migration inside creeps me out a bit so far. Our Rosie has a chip, which is a rescue, and a rabies egg. Food Forest Journey, South Forest, Sunshine, Tropics. Anyone who's growing those kinds of things in their garden is a true Southerner. I hereby, as an original Floridian dub, a Southerner. Homestead is backing you up, Barry. Oh, wait, no. Your point is invalid. Never mind. Opposite. Retract. Wickershire says, I believe everything I see or hear on YouTube. I'm one of those. Barry says, yes, I do, Shawnee. In fact, paint just came back inside after being out for a few days. Oh, that would drive me nuts. What? I mean, you're in the country. Does that make it better or worse? Oh. Food Forest says, yeah, seriously, the person who is selling it is no longer selling it. Radio Jonesy says, so close, but no cigar tonight. I'm going to get through the chat, and then we're going to say goodbye. Texas Organic TV, our cat used to walk boys to the school bus stop. Beans, boy, thanks everyone. Bye for now. Driving home for lunch. God bless everyone. Thank you for sticking around. Have a wonderful lunch. Wickershire says, yeah, plant places always have end of season fire sales. Yeah, I need to go see if I can get a rose on discount. Rose Bush for Zone 4. Like Walmart, Dollar Store does Halloween candy. Ew. Ugh. I can't eat candy anymore with my teeth. Wait a minute, what? Carol says to Connie that there's mushroom compost at Lowe's. Like tomorrow we could go to Lowe's in Florida and buy mushroom compost? See ya, CR. Southern Latitudes YouTube channel is where I saw that at. I like her. I like to watch her show. Oh, Jay's here. While general mushroom compost is legal to purchase and use in Florida, the state has recently banned mushroom spores, mycelium, and liquid cultures that can produce I don't remember how to say this. Psilocybin mushrooms. Oh, okay. Carol says, cool, I have all the seeds, but one moringa drumstick Rosie ate while I was out. Thank God she threw it up and it's okay. Eek. What? Ew. I mean, Cam is 10. He's a dog, and he still puts things in his mouth and swallows it and poops it out that he shouldn't. It's really annoying. And then today, Turbo dug something out of the basement and brought it upstairs that the contractors left. And then dug it out of the garbage. Like because it's in a cabinet. He got the cabinet open and went in the garbage and took it back out. And so I had to pin something up against the cabinet to the garbage so he would stop. Because I couldn't take the garbage outside because it wasn't full. You know? I couldn't just waste a bag. Bagged mushroom compost almost never good, says Texas Organic TV. Do you like get a skid loader and put it in the back of a truck? Food Forest Journey says my daughter is having her 4th child and says that her heart is so full, the more the better. We had to take medical action to prevent. I'm sorry if you don't believe in that, but to prevent from having children. For tons of reasons. With my medical is why. What? Radio Jonesy? Mrs. Radio just subbed and is watching on the TV. Mrs. Radio has a channel to sub with? Shocked. Hello, Mrs. Radio. Texas Organic TV. I loved and missed those days with my youngins. Yeah, I totally get the whole reflection that people talk about with the good old younger days. When you're in it, man, is it hard. Like 3 and under. 3 kids, 3 and under, essentially. That was so hard. And now I look back and I'm like, you miss it, right? Oh, what does it say? Carol says, yes, I have heard moms of multiple say my heart is full. It's a great way to tell them. Hush. Oh, to the stranger. One child is giving 4 grandchildren. You could say they propagate well. Yeah, it depends. On each child, what their prerogative is in life, right? No pressure to anybody. But I am preparing for it. Jay says, Florida spent mushroom substrate. This was part of that larger agricultural bill signed into the law in May of 2025. That is newer, yeah. And then Connie's talking about bulk. Okay. Carol says, so one vendor was not selling it. That was confusing because it was available in Florida. Yes, many available locally. And for shipping, it's probably like a 5-pound bag, like a tiny, right? Jay is having hard candies to keep going with the sore throat and cough. Oh, I hope you have some other remedies that work for your body and sleep, Jay. It's impossible to sleep, though, if you have a sore throat and cough. Like, you have to sleep sitting up with, like, a humidifier or some kind of vape, moisture tool, diffuser. Get your nice creams and oils and syrups, elderberry syrups and mullein thyme teas and ginger chews and throat coat lozenges and just garlic pills, You just go through the really terrible night and then the next day hope that you're on the up of better, not more symptoms down, right? What? Gandalf is candy? I know. It's just to know one of our gardeners is not feeling good, it kind of just gets you. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I wish I could help, Yes, the medical situation. The risk was getting higher. The older I got, the more kids I had. We can't deliver in my town. They got rid of the hospital to do that. So, yeah. The cat owns you, you don't own them. Yeah, Barry's told me that, Wade. And gut issues, Carol. I hear that all the time with stomach digestive issues with C-section people. Radio Jonesy says, hello, Mrs. Radio. Shawnee is awesome and very, very married. I even showed him on my channel. I'm still shocked. This is how the conversation went, okay? We're waiting for the repair windshield people to come, which if you haven't caught what happened with that part of the story, hit the replay and find it. And I go, okay, so Diva isn't live tonight. And he goes, oh, so does that mean you're going live? And I go, well, I could, you know, the time slot's open. Do we have something planned? Like normally it's sort of a date night. It used to be a date night for us, but he has a different schedule than me. Like I stay up late, he goes to bed early, you know. And I think I said, well, do you want to go live on the channel with me? And he said, sure. And I thought, no way, you know? And so then I quickly wrote up like 4 questions. And then when he left to go work on the blazer, I sat on the computer and prepped the banners and like the thumbnail to get the show scheduled. Since it's not a night I normally go live, I wanted people to have that early notification, and we've had such a good turnout. Well, I don't know if Mrs. Radio has content on her channel. Maybe. Man, I'm getting hungry. Elderberry cough drops. I love the Colloidal Silver, Serena, which I know you use too. Colloidal Silver cough drops. Barry is talking about hot toddies. There we go. Radio Jonesy answered. Thanks, but Mrs. Radio just watches shows on YouTube because YouTube is better than TV and doesn't do content. Oh, the tincture game. I have what is it called? I don't remember. It's for like when we're seriously either we've been notified we've been contaminated, right? And you start the tincture, or we feel it coming on and we start the tincture. And I always put my tinctures in a little bit of water and drink them. I don't take them straight. Carol's busy researching. No, it's a full bag like soil, but it's the one that was possibly contaminated. If they can sell it bagged by the yard, may not be available because it was possibly an unnamed spore. It's researching. Well, Jay did say which types of mushroom compost situations were being banned. Oh, Radio Jonesy is not feeling the love and support from Mrs. Radio, saying, as a matter of fact, she has only subbed to Charlie the Tasmanian dog and none of my other channels. Is she even running the channel, or are you do you have control? I feel like if you had control over the channel, you would have subbed to everybody, right? Jay says, sample of husband provided as proof tonight. Okay, good. I wanted the answer of what you have, Gandalf. Bite-sized mounds. Mounds and almond joys and Milky Ways are so popular at the garden sites. Radio said that Mrs. Radio said that she's been married to him long enough. Why would I watch you on the TV? I feel that. I feel that. And Carol is throwing out there, remember that every plant has contraindications. And if you're allergic to a specific plant family, that means all of it. You know, mullein is great as long as you aren't allergic to it. Slippery elm tea is nice if you don't like licorice, or marshmallow is soothing. You hit it with everything. Honey, of course, honey is great. Carol says, yeah, sleeping on the left side helps her for reflux, but Mushroom Mark and another friend likes the right side. Yeah, he can't be on his left. You instantly hear bubbling come out of right here when he lays on his left. Oh, Cliff says, sorry, folks, I keep wandering off. You have power issues? I'm going to be having for the winter with the greenhouse. Oh, power issues with the greenhouse? That you're adding to the property this season. Okay. You know, greenhouses are a conversation we're going to be having either in October or November. We'll do a big show again because it's just fun to talk about. There's so much to cover with it, like growing all season long in all the different ways. There you go, Carol. You want to ask him? Serena says, I'm the same way. I watch YouTube, but don't make content on account because of Asperger's syndrome and hearing loss. It really is Mrs. Radio's channel, everyone. He's not making it up. I know they are, Carol. I read it. She was talking about anything related to any of that. Okay. Wickshire. Thank you for the warning, because I think I was helping Radio Jonesy, and I can't remember who said it in the chat, but they said something, and I started to read it, and it was not something I wanted to read out loud, and they did apologize to making me, because I was like, you made me read that out loud, person in chat. Oh, Katie's Kitchen. I see you over at Radio Jonesy's. Hello, everyone. We are still live. I said I was ending this like an hour ago, but I'm still reading the chat. Y'all are lucky. We're just going to get the hours and hang out at this point. You know, I mean, we have what, 24, 23 people watching, 985 subs. We might be to the end soon. A silent video I've seen where it's like they have it alive on the chicken coop, or there was one repetitively each night. It was popping up, and it was like a dark garage, but night cam lit up enough you could see what's going on. And they had this crazy trap thing in the center, and they were catching rats. And like as soon as the trap got a rat, the chat was going crazy, and somebody really did come out and was watching and took it and then had put it in a metal can, but they didn't put the lid on it. So then the chat was yelling at them. Like, that was intense. But yeah, I've seen it where people put like their ducks or nature or clouds, just something live going. So when people come in, they can watch something, but it's silent, and then they can chat. Radio Jonesy says only 15 more this week. Shawnee is the week. Yeah, so what did I say? Wednesday, Thursday is when the hours will be loaded from what we just did, because I couldn't go live all week for my personal life issues. So we'll just have to wait till next Thursday, Friday to party it up, you know? Okay, Cliff says it's a 8x12 poly to go alongside the 6x6. You have to figure out how to run the power to heat it, because 7A, 7B, you're going to have to keep citrus plants alive. And you want to do that out in the greenhouse. Okay. Cool to have goals. Yeah, it's fun to have clarifications about what can you buy, what can't you buy. It's when you have people in the chat that are from the same state and you hear one thing and another. I love that you guys are having conversation about it. I'm over here in Minnesota. I have no clue what you guys can do in Florida. You know? Wickshire says Johnny's life is like credits ending to a high budget movie. You just keep scrolling. And then at the end, there's like that bonus clip. You ever like, well, now everything's, you know, digital. You could just skip to it. Video the plant growing. Jay's got an idea. Cut some stained glass. Wow. That sounds hardcore. Food forest journey. After the show is over, sure. We do have some playlists, the self-reliant garden playlist, I think. And then garden tours. Yeah. Cliff is using a small heater, 1500 watt, works good in the 6x6, but when you have the larger greenhouse, you need something more sustainable. Well, it's like, okay, you're using thermal mass for heat with water, right, Cliff? In each corner or in the center, having at least a couple 15-gallon black barrels of water. I haven't seen your greenhouse in so long. So I don't know. And I haven't seen Mel in a long time. Let's see. Her channel name is now called Her Off-Grid Life. And then she was going to start another channel, I thought, with her man that she has now. I'll have to see if I got unsubscribed. Well, Carol, it's like you'll just have to make your own mushroom compost. If that's the case. Oh, that was another conversation I had with the guy at the desk. I was like, "Ugh, I guess I could go back to worm farming, but it was so much nicer just buying the really big bag of worm casting." So then the property owner was like, just source it, look up who the bag is sold by, and buy it directly from them. I'm like, yes, I know. I know that's a solution I could do, you know. Have a good one, Jay. I'm shocked you stayed this long. Please rest. I will see you tomorrow, I know, at the Urban Gardener, 1 p.m. Central Time, to talk about a book, I believe. So please rest. Wikishare goes, yeah, that's the best part. Bonus clip where they break the fourth wall and talk to the audience. So you guys have no life and are still fart, smelly popcorn theater. Still go home. Okay, you're adding. Cliff says, I'll be adding thermal mass, but right now I don't have the greenhouse built. Did you buy it already, though? You'll have it up by the end of October. Thermal mass heating will be added for sure. 35-gallon black barrels. 4 or 6 of them. Okay. Because what is the temperature you need to stably keep it at for your citrus trees? Is it 80? Like at night, you want it to be 80? Are you mounting solar panels near the greenhouse and running the battery in directly like that? Or are you just hauling in a battery that you've charged every night? You need it? Like, I don't know how long your season is, how many months you are required to manually heat the space. Such a commitment, you know, to keep citrus alive. Australian Radio Indie found their way in here for all of Radio Jonesy's music. Come on over. Just checking to see if I'm still subbed. Yeah, because that's a good thing to check. Bye, Jay. No way! Barry. No way! He's rebranding the channel, dropping the word cats from the channel name? Deal with it? Are you kidding me? I'm fine. Everything's fine. Outback Tasmania says, yep, still connected. Hopefully I didn't wake anybody up. I don't hear any movement. Scott, how's it going? We're hanging out. For 3 hours apparently. We're still here. We're saying goodbye, kinda. Trying to. And Charlie the Tasmanian dog is still subscribed. Woof. Don't forget to get your nails done, Charlie. I'm sure you just had that though with your haircut. Oh, here's Beach Feet. Oh, did Radio Jonesy ever say if he had a third channel he was gonna try and get monetized in 2026, or if he's just fine tuning and getting the 2 that are monetized to keep making content? Gandalf says, "Hey Charlie, tell Dad you want a treat." Does Charlie want a treat? Charlie want to go outside? How many more things can I say? Charlie want to catch a wallaby? Cliff says, Shawnee grows, so I keep my greenhouse at around 65 for the citrus? Really? That's kind of cold, I thought, but you know what you're doing. I don't. So the goal is to keep it stable at Barry 65. Okay. Serena is telling Cliff that Gardner Scott has heating a greenhouse without electricity video. Holistic Heritage Homestead. Hey, how's it going? It's been crazy. I had Mushroom Mark, my husband, on the channel tonight in the beginning of the show because he said yes. So we talked about gardening in a little bit. Tried to stay on gardening, right? And now we're still here hanging out. I did get a big jump in subscribers. We're at 985 now, on our way to 1,000. Our watch hours won't be loaded until next Thursday. So I will see you around. Probably Holistic Heritage Homestead is also on a journey to get 4,000 watch hours. So make sure you head over there and leave a comment on a video that you've watched to say Shawnee Gross sent you and help play some playlists or jump in on a live stream. It's always open chat. And I don't know when your next live stream is. If you have it figured out, you could let us know. Carol says, Barry, are you over there having a talk one? No cats? Oh, tall. Are you, are you trying and still? Radio J News. Oh, that's right, the news one. Yes, you made it. We've just been, I was gonna say a phrase I shouldn't say on YouTube, so we're just chatting. We are having people come in and out. We have 24 still listening to me read the chat to you. Appreciate all of you. You in the replay, if you've made it this far, you're gonna throw out closing crew in the comment section, and I stole that from Radio J Talk. Cliff is saying to Serena, I'm on a third acre, so I have limited space or options available and ways for things like compost heating. Oh yeah, compost heating. Right. On the outside, Cliff, can you do... Oh, I've seen it with leaves, I've seen it with hay. You do it on the outside of the greenhouse, not on the inside. But I think you're putting them up against each other, if I remember right. Triple H, I did show off the bulbs that I bought. I have 175 flower bulbs to plant this fall to bloom in the spring, and I only paid $70 for them. So I shared where I bought them, which I'll have to get a link and put it in the description when I get a chance to. Feel free to share. That's right, Carol. Okay, Tasmania Island Life. Oh, that's the one, I think. Oh, no, well, you don't promote that one. It has enough subs, and it's halfway there for watch hours. So that one will probably just do it on its own next in 2026, don't you think? If you wanted to click the monetize button. You don't have to. Oh, I saw there was 3 different live streams scheduled for Connie. And anytime I went in there, it was buffering. Lots of technical difficulties. Yes. Okay, Cliff says, Shawnee Grows, as long as your temp doesn't drop below 45, citrus can stay alive. I would have to put them inside the shop. I would have to have container citrus that go in the shop from November to April. Because, yep, it'll easily get below. I don't have any kind of greenhouse or anything. Carol says, I would love a greenhouse like Charles Downing, but it would set my plants on fire. Come on over for a drive with me in Tasmania at Tasmania Island Life. If you are interested in drive videos, go over there, hit the subscribe, go to a video, play 3 minutes of it, at least. Watch the whole thing, and put a comment that Shawnee Gross sent you. It is the word tall. Okay. You're very welcome, Triple H. Him and his wife work very hard over the years on that YouTube channel to share good, real, actual doing things content, not just talk. Barry, I think that you're onto something. I think that it could make the channel more searchable and growable to not have that on there. How long have you been thinking about this? I guess is a question I have. I'm not opposed to it. It was just like ripping off a band-aid of shock, right? Tasmanian Island Knife throws in an answer. Yeah, this one's all organic growth. Thank you for sharing the channel, Gandalf. It does take practice, Carol says to Connie. Connie was outside too, which makes it tricky. Like walking around where I'm not moving, you know. The signal doesn't have to think very hard. Ooh, Triple H, maybe I should plant some bulbs. It would be nice to have more flowers. Always team more flowers, please. Anything that's gonna be taking care of itself, like bulbs. These are the ones that I know will survive our winter. They need the winter to make a flower next year. Where, like my gladiola bulbs, I have to dig up this fall. It's on the list of jobs, and they're done blooming, and they've collected more energy from their beautiful solar panels of leaves right before a frost. I need to dig them out, dry them, put them in my house. I was keeping them in the basement last year, so I probably will just do that again. Clip goes to Shawnee Grows. I don't have the footprint for a hay thermal mass barrier around the greenhouse. We have a utility trailer on one side. Yeah, it's like that parking lot kind of style. The Jeep's on the other side. Just setting up the 8x12 is going to be tight. Did you get approval from everyone that you live with that that's okay? Are you just doing it anyways? It's interesting. On tour with Radio Jonesy, but this is where it all started. That is the first channel over there with Radio Jonesy. Carol says Shawnee has encouraged everyone to have more flowers after her memorial and wildflower gardens. Yes, and it can be as simple as, prepping the soil and broadcasting seeds on top and keeping it watered well until germination, right? It can be that simple. Now, to me, I'm saying that's simple. To others, it's like you just used a bunch of terms that I don't know, right? On tour with Radio Jonesy and still subbed to this fantastic Shawnee channel. What? Muddy Puddles Farm? Haha, I'm here. Hello. My husband was on the show tonight for the first time. He's never been in a live stream. Okay, so if you want to see that, that's on the replay. I showed my bulbs, what I got. We've been just talking because we were watching the subscriber count go up because we're on the way to 1,000. Barry also does tech advice and stuff, so he's throwing out this reminder about clearing browser's history and cache before using StreamYard or any other service. And then throwing out there that he's a big fan of using Linux for an operating system versus other options. And he has been thinking about it for a while now. Fantastic. I mean, it's not like he's eliminating the cats from the video. It's impossible. But it's just a word change for us that read. Like when Carol added tropicals. It was just, and I have to say that too, right? So now it's storms, radios, or whatever it's going to be. We have to retrain ourselves that muscle memory of the name. And possibly explain to people it's still you. I don't know how confusing it'll get. It'll be fine. It'll be great. Rebranding, perfect. Oh, Carol wants a third channel out of Barry. Cats only. Thoughts? It does take practice. Barry's like, yeah, so I don't know, Carol. I am doing good to run 2 channels, but I'm sure the cats will show up during a live stream still. Yeah, absolutely. I am so excited for you to go through with that other goal that you said for your channel. And I think it's going to be great for the radio channel to have content for what you told me. You probably said it on your live, so it's not a big secret that I know of. Wickershire says, Charles Downing, my volume goes to 10. I still lean in towards the screen trying to hear him. I just pop on closed captionings. Oh, Tasmania ASMR. Shh, be very, very quiet. ASMR is where it's at. We do have a Rain in the Garden ASMR short coming up next week scheduled on the channel, and I should have done a longer video, but I'm not an ASMR channel. The purpose was to just get more subscribers. And it's fun. It's fun to look at the rain when it's snowing out. You did get approval, Cliff says. It's basically an improvement on the property with 4 benefits for all of us here. Carol is a big fan of closed captioning. Food. Oh, the word is food. Okay. With food benefits for all of us here. Gotcha. Muddy Puddles Farm, I will watch back later. Fantastic. How's your weather? Oh, Gandalf, maybe. Does Radio Jonesy have a channel that he's not subscribed to? I can think of a few that you might not be. Scott says, Shawnee, I enjoy the updates on your permaculture food forest areas. Oh, I have that in the September garden tour. Did you see, Scott? I can't remember if you commented on there. I'm showing what currently it looks like in the West and the East Islands. And when I do my reflection conversation, which would be a live stream, maybe I can make it a video too, of what really went well in each of the forests since we're on year 2, and like what I want to do next. I did a members only video on the trees I just planted, which one of them went into the food forest on the west side. It's been a really fun experiment because it's a completely different system than my other gardens, you know? Cliff says to Wickershire, mystery melon split open on me because of the excess rain we got here, and I think it should still be okay. Well, so that means you have to eat it now if it's split, correct? Oh, Carol. Texas Organic TV says, when I did all my live streams, something called Google Hangouts before Google bought YouTube, and it was always perfect then. Could do multiple screens, etc. YouTube stripped, so you have to go to third party now. Well, you know, they're revamping that whole thing, Texas Organic TV. I don't know when it's coming out. There's been so many, hey, guess what YouTube's gonna do conversations in this whole week. You know how you can go live just with YouTube? Apparently they're changing what you can do and can't do, and more they want to encourage more people to use their streaming, I think is what the purpose is, versus going to a, you know, like StreamYard. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. If for some reason I ran out of StreamYard minutes, hours, whatever, then I was gonna dabble into just using YouTube to go live, but I haven't had to do that, so Triple H is still here listening. Muddy Puddles Farm says Charles is very soft-spoken. Yeah, the podcast. Did I forget to click on that? He did answer. Barry's gonna do podcasts. Wickershire says you've been a gardener for too long. Once you start talking about gramineous and non-gramineous plants you grow and own. Music is life. Well, still sub. Thanks for checking. Good to see you here. Coming in and out. 28 people, 27 people. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Oh, that's right. You know, I see so many people in my day on YouTube. Very wet. Did you not see the short? I'll go back and look again because it might be in my notifications that I haven't gotten through yet. Because I'm very deliberate. That's not the word. Deliberate? I'm very thorough at my notifications for all the things. Like, I go through my emails every day and read stuff and then delete it, right? I go through my YouTube notifications every day, and if it doesn't look like something I want to watch, I take it out of there, hide or whatever, and if I watch it, I watch it. Or I save it for when I can watch it. And I have specific ones that I'll play when I'm in the kitchen. I have specific ones I play when I'm driving, and I have specific ones that I play to fall to sleep to. So they're shorter ones where I can still catch what they're saying, but I get tired to where when it stops playing, the phone will shut off and be fine, and I don't have to move, right? Music is life. Life with music is a better life. My husband is really deep into always having music on. I just like hearing people talk about things I care about, not just crowds, not that kind of thing. Yes, Carol, permaculture over there at Muddy Puddles Farm. Wickershire says, Shawnee, Cliff is seed saving. Oh, so you want it to like fully develop the seeds. Okay. You're not gonna, who cares about eating it then? Gotcha. Here, Gandalf's throwing it out there. 8 or 9, I'm done. Radio Jonesy's been around the block and back. Was it a fun little run for you? Muddy Puddle says, Self-Florida Sunshine Tropicals, thank you. I will check your channel out later too. Triple H says, Shawnee, it would be fun to do a collab live stream with you. How would you want to do that? We can talk about it on your channel, or you can email me, because typing it and having me read it might be hard to do. Just explain how you want that to go. And there's a new feature called collaboration on your channel now in the studio. And I've also heard a lot about that lately too. And can I explain it? No, not right now. I can't. Sorry. But there's a thing. And yeah, my thing is live streams, right? Videos once a month. Devil Dog? Eddie Devil Dog? I mean, there's tons of Eddies. I'm assuming it's that one. Scott, I'm talking to you. Oh, look, Gandalf even did the same thing. Thank you, Muddy Puddles Farm. Radio Jonesy says that would be correct, Scott. Carol says I had to pull out yam vines in a bed today. Oh, powdery mildew. We have powdery mildew. Well, you didn't want to treat it, huh? You didn't want to make a concoction and spray it on there and handle it that way, Carol. The weird vine that's growing in the back 40 that I didn't even show you guys. Maybe there was a short where it pictured it on an evergreen gourd growing on an evergreen. I saw yesterday, that's all covered in powdery mildew. But nowhere else I have it. It's the north side of the property. So I kind of should probably very carefully move it into the burn pile and get rid of it before it spores all over the place. Ooh, Texas Organic TV. I have melon seeds over 12 years. Still grow. I am doing a watermelon patch for the first time this year, and I am seed saving from it to then plant again. Triple H says, I'm relatively ignorant to multi-channel live streams. I did one with Verna from Vase Place. I know her. So, multi-channel live streams. I can't co-stream. That's why I was like, what does collaboration mean for live streams? I know that there's a way to send my chat to your live stream if you have a button clicked and I have a button clicked and I have it put in for the redirect. I know about that. The melon that Cliff has, says Wickershire, is special. It's a heat-loving, ultra-rare melon, and you cannot buy the seeds. They are strictly gifted if you know someone. And then Triple H says, I think there is ways, are ways for us to both get watch hours from it. Here's what I know as of like an hour ago, 3 hours ago. Am I getting glitchy? You know how YouTube has a policy now about like duplicate content is a huge no? So technically, now I don't have any articles to back up what I'm about to say as far as the rules in life with YouTube, but they co-streaming, if you think about it, we're streaming the same show to 2 places. So that's duplicate content. And I know people have been doing this for a long time, and I'm one that does it. But I think with the rule change, things are going to be monitored more. So for example, when it becomes a problem is when it's duplicate content and they're both having monetization on. That's where it gets striky, right? Where right now I haven't had any trouble because I'm not monetized, but the person that is hosting the show is, and I'll co-stream to my channel their show, and so they'll have paid revenue from it and I don't. So it's like, whatever. I don't know if I'll get in trouble later down the road for any of this. What YouTube's doing, supposedly, because they are creating their own, they want to revamp how they go live. Like if you just go live through YouTube versus a streaming service, they want to offer co-streaming and have the button for it. But what happens is the host channel gets the monetization, and everybody that co-streams off of that has some kind of magical thing that they won't get any ad revenue from it, no monetization. Because then that controls the duplicate content conversation, and it's a new thing, and people are probably going to send me information about it. It looks like I can see further on in the chat. So I will have all of my watch hours by next Thursday. I'll have 4,000 hours, but I do want to help you. And I don't know how to do that without getting in trouble now that I have all this information that I was told today. I mean, I can send people to you and say, watch the content, right? I'm seeing things, man. I'm trying to figure out if my cat's in the house or not. I have to find him still. Oh yeah, I forgot it was raining every day, Carol. Sorry about the whole pottery mildew thing. Okay, Cliff's explaining the melon. Not sold in stores. It was okay. Cool. Someone on a reservation got lucky with the seeds. Yeah, don't let the seeds disappear. You keep it going. That's cool. Oh, Radio Jonesy, did you notice that I was calling Gary Gaza ever since your show in the chat? It didn't. I thought I was going to get him all riled up, but he didn't. I don't know what streaming service Emmanuel uses. Carol, do you know? Well, that's to have him so I know how to have people on as a guest, you know. That's different than getting watch hours for both. StreamYard is what I'm using right now, Triple H. Do you see the little ducky? It's a web-based streaming service, so I can do things like have my own banners that go up and sharing screens, and I can invite guests, and where was I at with the chat? This one. Thank you, Radio Jonesy. I use the free version of StreamYard, but I'm on a computer. I wouldn't put StreamYard on your phone because you use your phone to live stream, I'm pretty sure. That's why you're always vertical. And I am still considering doing a vertical live stream because you can change the settings. Like I can do a vertical live stream from my computer. I just have to change the orientation for the live. But I know it's not my audience's preferred method. The point of it was to try and snatch in some subscribers. There is an example of it. Yep. Carol is talking to Triple H about she was the host and I co-streamed her show to my channel. But she went and got the paid version of StreamYard to have the button to co-stream, so we both got watch hours until YouTube figures stuff out. Google Tube? What? Oh, I have to take that banner off. There we go. Okay, so Triple H says, I think it skipped on me. Yeah, They're not monetized yet, right? You would just do it to get the watch hours and exposure to new subscribers from your channel. Right. I don't have if I had the paid StreamYard, I could do it with you right now. I could have you join as a guest, and you would click a button in the corner, stream to your audience, and you would be getting my show to your channel, and you would be getting watch hours. But I don't have the paid version, and I won't be getting it. And you do have a good point that many of the subscribers overlap, loving the content, right? Triple H says we have a lot of preppers connected to our channel. I think they would love our gardening content. Yeah, and I do like talking about survival gardening stuff. I think we have it. It might be in its own playlist, and we have it in the Reliant Garden. And I have some ideas on ways to talk about it more. We talk about growing food from our pantry, and I think what I want to talk about is, let's say there was something happening where we weren't sure if we could grow there anymore or not. How do we remedy the spot? How do we grow secretively, like the disguised garden? Those are conversations I want to have, but it takes brain power and time to prepare those types of shows. I can't just do it like off the cuff, right? Carol says if Holistic Heritage Homestead wants to come on Friday, he can share out in Carol's show to see how it goes to gain hours. That is so kind of you, Carol. So he works I don't know if you get done early enough on Fridays, Triple H, to do that. That is super kind. Yeah, Muddy Puddles Farm says, congratulations on your 4K. Well done. That was hard earned. Yeah, next Thursday it should all be loaded up to 4,000 based on Friday and Saturday's live streams. And if not, then the next, 5 days after that, because I'm not losing any hours yet. Emmanuel uses StreamYard. Okay. All right, Triple H, talking to Carol. It's good to ask questions, Oh, you'd also like to be interviewed as a guest? I don't do interviews. I was talking about this earlier. I can't stand it. I can't do it. I've done it once for a serious thing, and then tonight I did it with Mark, which is different. He's right here with me, and at this point, as of September of 2025, I don't want to interview people on the channel. Now, if I put the link out and I say, okay, people are allowed to come on panel to talk about gardening tonight, like we have one of those shows, which I do sometimes. I mean, it could be a once a month thing. And you grab the link for that and you come up and promote your channel and talk about whatever we're talking about, that's totally fine. But when I read, I'm also down to be a guest, I went right into like, it's an interview, So I'm sorry if that's not what you meant. Triple H says, I used StreamYard to do the live with Vay's Place. I just don't remember. She walked me through it. Yep. Vertical is awful. I know. Texas Organic TV. There's a whole list. And I would like to not have to do that. That's why I made some shorts and they're coming out. And I usually get subscribers from the shorts. Oh, Brook Trout 1. Do you have to have StreamYard to join someone else's channel? Well, join means to be a member. To come on panel, no. To co-stream, no. Other services do co-streaming, I thought. StreamYard is just one of the web-based services to run a live stream to YouTube with. So it depends on what you mean by join someone else's channel. To come up on panel, it just takes a link. There's a special link that you get, and you can do it through I don't think you can do it through YouTube until they change it. I don't know if I'm making any sense, Brook Trout. I know, Gandalf. That's why I really don't want to deal with it. Trolls. Hmm. Sorry, it's so quiet. I was reading a bunch of chat. None of it was like juicy enough to put on the panel, but when you watch the replay, you can be reading what I'm skipping. You know, people are talking to each other about stuff. Yeah, so the show at Carol's starts at 10:30 Eastern, and he's in Missouri. I think it's Central Time where he's at, which is me, 9:30 Central. And I think he works till I don't think he's home till like 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. But I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Muddy Puddles Farm says, I have a survival garden. It's where I go to escape the kids. Radio Jonesy says, if you have duplicate videos in the future, when you eventually get monetized, the bots will connect the dots and it can be content will be in the corner of strikes. Copyrighty stuff, whatever. There's like tabs for that when you're in your studio to check on that. And then you're in the baseball field. Triple H, it's like, so we've talked before about him and his wife's channel doing like kind of like a silent stream that was mentioned earlier, but he wants to have the control of knowing what's going on in the chat. And so it's like, okay, if at work you can go into Carol's live as a guest on panel, but then drop down into the basement. Okay, maybe Carol knows. If we brought Triple H up during the beginning of the show to set up stream to my destination, stream to my audience, and then if he leaves the studio, I think it keeps streaming until you end your live, unless we click up. There's a button usually you can click if you want to leave too, like for myself. And then he would just be at work. And then the channel would be, he'd be live on his channel, but he wouldn't be participating, which that's not super great to do or fair. But then when he got home, he could come back up on panel if we're still live. Like there's a whole lot of ifs and whats and buts. But then you would have to have people in his chat. They would have to, his wife and his channel would have to have people in the chat because he'd be working and driving, and it's something to think about. All of the strikes and you're out. Advice has been given. Kara goes, I can do an interview, but I get nervous, and Shawnee has a better voice than I. What? And her research is top notch because her communication skills are too. Yes, Hangouts rule. Texas Organic TV can't stand being alone on a video? Oh, interesting. Secrets. That's why the gardening videos, y'all don't see me. Being a guest as in being on panel. Okay, yeah. Yeah, where it's like the focus isn't on you. You're just up here, and when you have something to contribute to the conversation, then you speak up, right? Or if we have a question for you. Carol says, I think Restream does it. Jonesy used, I think it was EV Mux, but he could only stream, I think, to his channels. I don't think he can have a guest co-stream. I don't know. Muddy Puddles Farm, I have not been brave enough to go live yet. I'm only on about 200 subscribers, and I only started YouTube 4 months ago. So head on over to Muddy Puddles Farm. You in the replay, you hear live. Give them some more subscribers. Support the channel. Radio Jonesy is passing on information for everybody. Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more about it as we go. Carol has survival garden plants. Texas Organic TV, I don't have 100 yet. You go. Oh, this past week has been Troll City, huh, Gandalf? On Vertical Lives. Vertical is like watching a short as a live. That format. What we are now is horizontal. Triple H totally knows all about the trolls. Yeah. He actually talks to them. Carol says, yeah, we've done that, but then having to watch the stream to have wrenches in there to kick those trolls. That's right. The old me would have verbally abused them, says Triple H, ruthlessly. But no, yeah, no, that's not what he does now. He just has conversation until they're just ridiculous. Usually they just leave. Sometimes when people are gross and disgusting, they get kicked out. Triple H says, yeah, I delete certain things. We also have great vigilant mods. Shawnee is a mod. I am a mod, so I would just need to know that I need to be there. CR said he was going to help too. I just don't know if he's available on a Friday. Oh, Carol has advice for Texas Organic TV. You are not really alone. You are talking to tons of people once you post it. Pretend it's like a great friend you are sending your videos to. Oh, yes, Gandalf does not use Chrome as a browser, so he can't even be a guest on anybody's live stream if they are streaming with EV Mux. Yeah, and I know his rules, like I've modded for him how many times? So, as long as I'm available for that Friday, which when am I not, right? Like maybe once this in a year. I would just hang out in his side and run it. As long as he can get it set up. Like he's never clicked the buttons before to co-stream, What does this say? Muddy Puddles Farm, Triple H, I spotted one of your shorts the other day. I popped on my private account and told them to say something nice or not at all. Oh, when there was some funny business happening? Yeah. StreamYard used to not let people on if they used Chrome? I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Carol. What do I have left in my... We talked about the members. Thank you. If you enjoyed today's show, which was all over the place, okay, hit the like button, share with a fellow gardener, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time because you are going to help us get through to 1,000 subscribers. We are on the journey. We're going to lock that down, and that's when everything really starts to begin. We have an exciting announcement to do once we get there, as long as I have it set up. And thank you so much for joining me today here with Gardening Conversations. It was such a treat to have Mushroom Mark share his gardening journey in the beginning of the show. If you are here right now in the replay, in the comment section, type closing crew, please, so I know. I loved catching up with all of you about what's happening in the garden. We do have a seed haul to reveal at some point when we can go live again. And I hope everyone has been entertained and enjoyed listening to me read the chat out loud. Before I say my final line, I will go in here one more time. Homestead Aquarius says that it's been fun. Be well, says Triple H. Are you going live? I'll come over if you are. I'll be awake for another hour. Gear! Grinding 19, but it's early yet. You'll have a good one. Good to see you. That's right. That's what you should put. Closing crew, so I know. Radio Jonesy, it's okay, man. Just chill, relax. We will get the 15. I've got shorts scheduled Gonna grow naturally, right? It was a great Saturday night. Thank you. Brooke Trout enjoyed the chat. Everyone have a great evening. I know, right? Gear. No, you're not going live. Tired. Okay. Oh, it was 2 jobs. That's right. I forgot. I knew that. Tomorrow, though? Okay. Sunday? Probably. All right. Closing crew. Good night. Thanks. Radio Jonesy was a big help. Yes, I'll probably get a hold of you, Carol, and talk about that. So, with that being said, grow every day in every way.